All right.
Got it.
Session 3 of Impossible Landscapes. To do a quick recap of what happened and occurred in session 2, I will go ahead and attempt to do so. Please help me fill in the blanks. But if I recall correctly, session 2 started on the Thursday, August 10th, 1995. And around 5:50 Eastern Standard Time, you guys had been in the McAllister building in New York City, the residence of Abigail Wright, who is a missing woman. And you are there to catalog some of the details of her apartment. And you've been deputized by the FBI, at least one Agent Maya has. While you were there, some of the things that took place, Agent Mosby took some air and water samples from Abigail's apartment. And eventually you came across the box that would allow you to catalog everything that you need. And in so doing, found a wire that led from the threshold of Abigail Wright's apartment to an apartment down the hall, where you find an individual resident, Thomas Manuel. You guys kind of shake down Thomas briefly, and he states that he's an artist of some kind, but his room is rather clean, sterile almost like a hotel room it's been compared to. Kind of giving him the shakedown. You don't get a ton of information from him, but he mentions that Abigail's gone up to the 6th floor, which is something strange from session 1. Session 1, he didn't divulge that. And then in session 2, he did, which was strange to you because there's only 3 above ground floors to this building. And then there's the basement that has an external entrance. So agents Mignon and Maya head up the stairs to each level looking down, and each level above kind of represents the one similar below it. Not a lot of activity going on, and you eventually make your way to what appears to be the entrance to the roof, but it's not the roof for whatever reason. And so you find yourselves in a strange smoking room of some kind, with a library of books on one wall and a wet bar in a corner and big poofy leather chairs, and some strange velvet kind of decor as a wallpaper decor. And while you are there, Agent Mosby's busy cataloging, kind of being in Abigail's apartment, looking at things. And then as Mosby's doing that, Agent Montiel looks into the basement through a window, doesn't see too much there, goes up to the mailboxes, kind of gets a feel of what other apartments may have residents in them. Noticed a couple labels, one including RC and one including Van Fitz. So Agent Mantio makes her way back upstairs into the building, past the mailboxes, and goes to the apartment at the end of the hall. And in so doing, something catches her attention from behind her, and notices a middle-aged gentleman that looks like he's going up the stairs. And Agent Mantio intercepts him and asks what he's doing, and he introduces himself as Roger Caroon, and that he's going upstairs to grab a smoke and a drink, it sounds like. Agent Mantio accompanies Roger up similar flight of stairs to the roof, only to go into the smoking room. But it's Agent Mantio. I think, Agent Mosby, did you accompany Agent Mantio upstairs?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So somewhere they partnered up and went upstairs with Roger, and but yet the party, the agents are split. The team is split, though they both come across this strange room. As Agent Maya and Mignon venture through this strange floor of this McAllister building, things seem to be off. Their perspective. You walk down a hallway only to make it feels like it's much longer than it is, and there's not a whole lot of motion in trying to get up to a particular doorway or threshold. And you take corners and notice that there are some hallways you come across with doors on each side. And eventually what happens is that Agent Maya hears a chime up on that floor and quickly turns around and notices a group of individuals running perpendicular to her hallway, dressed in silver robes and white masks. And then when Agent Maya runs down to see if she could see where they originated from or where they're going to, they're no longer there and present. And there's no sounds or traces of them. Eventually, the group finds their way out of the fourth floor at two different intervals. And they come downstairs. They all meet each other downstairs relatively around the same time, though there's a couple minutes difference. And you realize that the time that you went up was probably around 6 o'clock, and now the time is exiting. You look at your watches, and it's approximately 10 after 11 p.m. local time. So you end up scratching your heads, being baffled, but being late in the evening, or so it seems, you head to a local watering hole called the Half Pint Bar and Grill, where you discuss kind of what happened and some of the things that you encountered and some of the notes that you've taken mentally. And you decide to depart for the evening. And as the team takes their own separate ways from the Half Pint, you see Agent Mosby, who takes off down one street and then doubles back down a particular alley, and eventually makes his way to score some weed in the city of New York. So session 3 starts on Friday, the 11th of August, 1995. The number one song is TLC Waterfalls. And Wilbur Stark passed today. He was a writer in film, television, and radio producer and director. His works include My Lover, My Son, Vampire Circus, and 1982's The Thing. He was 83.
Well, all right.
So what is the plan? There were some things that you guys were kind of toying around with, to include something about the tapes, the basement, researching the building, checking those samples. Also, you guys came across the napkin that was in Abigail's apartment that had some mechanical design work on it that Agent Mantillo, I think, was trying to decipher and rattled her a little bit because she couldn't figure it out. I think that
the art gallery was on the list also.
Art gallery?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys were going to rendezvous at the hotel buffet.
Breakfast, I think, at the hotel. Yeah, I imagine the hotel buffet.
That sounds right.
Morning plan.
So after sleeping on it,
what were you sleeping on?
Whatever it.
Oh man!
No, don't worry. I flipped the mattress before I slept on it.
So did the last guy.
Hey, it's a game, right? All right. I'm going to assume that Manteo spoke about and Mosby spoke about the guy Roger Caroon, the author that they were with, and that he said he was a science fiction writer for the Night Sea series and Passage to Eden. So I suggest that I'm going to go to the library or the local bookstore. I think there's a Barnes and Noble downtown, and I can go grab those books, and I want to peruse them and see if there's anything in there that seems uncanny.
Okay.
Sure.
So Mignon is going to check into Roger Caroon's professional library of novels, it sounds like.
I feel like although we need to listen to the tapes, they're unlikely to provide anything useful, but it seems like we need to get that, we got to deal with each thing in turn.
Maya says I can spend some time listening to them in the car today. But
I could go ahead.
Well, I want to go to the hardware store as well. If we
I'll
go back
go with you because I need to get some better tools to get into the basement there with a little less damage to the door.
So Maya's kind of cutting right to it. She's like, if we end up going back into that place upstairs, we need some way to mark where we've been. The whole place is like one big incursion. We have to shut it down.
Yeah.
And I mean, the easiest way will be to have someone guide us. Maybe Thomas Manuel.
It seemed like everybody who was talking said you had to find your own way up to the 6th floor.
They did.
And that makes me very, very nervous. Because that sounds like cult stuff or drugs or I don't know what, but it sounds like something I don't really want to mess with. And yet, if we're going to figure this out, we probably have to mess with it.
Well, I did say Abigail was on the 6th floor.
Right.
And that's kind of who
we have to find that 6th floor.
Exactly.
Either Caroon or Manuel can maybe lead us there, but if they can't, then we're just going to have to explore.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the hardware store. I can get anything that you need as well.
Okay.
And I'll spend some time in the car listening to the tapes.
The only thing I would say, Agent Maya, is that place was so unnatural that trying to use natural means to track where we go, I don't know that you can necessarily rely on that. I mean, it's not a bad plan, but I don't know that we can rely on it.
It would be fun to see what happens to that ball of yarn when you start unspooling it.
Yeah.
That's right. Ball of yarn, spray paint. There's things we can do.
Maybe.
I'm gonna pick up a personal camcorder, and I think we should film. My budget's not that big, so I got to get the big one, even though the newer ones are out now.
Why would you? I thought our whole job was like to keep things secret and to suppress. Like, why? If we film it,
I think that's a bad idea. I have a gut feeling that there might be something that we can go back and look at the tapes. I don't want to distribute them or we're taking pictures of everything on her walls anyway. So there's proof there for other things. So I don't think it's that big of a deal.
The video camera would be a faster way to do that.
Video camera would be a much faster way to take pictures of the wall, but
yeah,
I don't actually. I mean, I feel like that's just an excuse for us to be there. Which is fine.
And either way, I'm going to bring it. If we don't use it, we don't use it. But
sure. I'm just wondering if we'd be better served to actually study what's on her wall and see if it somehow talks to us about her journey up to the 4th and eventually 6th floor, or if it's, I mean, and I don't even understand still where the cult symbol person, the friendly, where did what did they see and where did they see it? Because there's nothing on the surface, and they couldn't have seen something buried.
We haven't documented everything yet. There's still so much stuff on those walls. Like, I think we've barely scratched the surface on that.
But I feel like documenting it is maybe a slow waste of time as opposed to actually looking at it. I mean, Mignon, you took pictures and you have no idea what you took pictures of. You were just taking pictures. And I feel like that's not going to get us anywhere.
There may be more clues. Manteo going to the art gallery where her works were shown. Maybe her other works will point us in the right direction.
That's possible too.
Especially if it's in the same, medium, whatever this is.
Media,
paper mache and glue and whatever's going on.
I don't know that we should either, or I don't think we should discount the fact that this might just be one big hallucination. Like, I don't know if you remember, but I took a cigar out of that humidor, and when we left that floor, the cigar vanished.
It's interesting that we all had similar hallucinations, though. I mean, that's some serious mind control. And if that's going on, well, that's something else.
So if we videotape it, we shouldn't be able to videotape a hallucination, correct? So that could disprove that or prove it.
Could help.
So, all right, fair.
And the air sample may tell us there's something in the air. And maybe you could get air samples if we go upstairs again.
Sure. All right.
So
that's what I'll spend the morning looking at, is the air and water samples from Abigail's apartment.
Well, and I could go down to the art gallery and I could probably listen to some of the tapes. I've got my Walkman.
That's right. Sony.
Everyone else has a Discman, but they'll just say it's nice that you have a Walkman.
I don't have much.
Should
money,
update.
So. I like cassettes. That way, when my brother in Mexico sends me music, I can listen to it.
Oh, excellent. All right, I'm going to head off because I have a feeling I have a whole bunch of reading to do. So
you're going to the bookstore, the library.
I'm going to go get those books.
Maya, you're going to the hardware store. I'm going to head down to the art gallery. What are you up to, Mosby?
I'm checking the air and water samples.
You're doing the chem lab stuff. Yeah. You're going to do that right in your hotel room?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love the fact that we have 4 directions and 4 people.
Uh-huh.
Well, and we have 5. We have mailman's going to look at the building history.
He's still doing that. Not very efficient.
Well, we don't know.
I don't even know if we know where mailman is. I think he flaked out a little bit. He's all shaken up.
We should call him today.
Yeah, this is his first go round, as far as I know, with this. So who knows?
I'll tell you what else I'm going to do after the hardware store. I'll have the tapes in the car. I'm going to park across from the building just to see who's coming and going.
Okay.
Good idea.
Including this accountant or like traveling salesman or whatever he is.
The boyfriend.
Or she's, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do my listening across the street.
All right. So let me make sure I have Agent Montiel, what are you doing? I don't think I noted anything.
I'm going to go to the art gallery, to Abigail's art gallery. So I'll probably jog down there listening to the music. And then when I get there, I'll hopefully see some of her art.
All right. So we'll start with Agent Mignon, since Agent Mignon decided what to do. And check into the bookstore. There is a local bookstore around the corner. It is Chuck's Books.
Oh, just piles of used books I got to dig through, and great.
You open the door.
It's
a wooden door. There's the metal gate.
The bell rings.
The bell rings, of course. But there's the swing out accordion type metal gate that is compressed and moved to the side, exposing a full length window with a thick wooden door base, with a brass, definitely not polished, but a brass handle, and you click that and you push in. Or pull out, probably. And you hear the cling of the bell that's above. You So you'd have to push in to have the bell ring.
Yeah, it'd be usually they're push in.
Yeah, push in.
And then I push in, and there's like a full box of books on the floor. I can only get the door halfway open. And I have to like push the books in a little more from someone that dropped them off.
Maybe not necessarily that big or that
Okay.
much. But you get in there and it's you probably get there probably around the 10 o'clock hour. It's when they open. Before that, you could grab a cup of coffee, kind of hang out.
Or my camcorder, my Sony SONE camcorder from
From the
one of the
sidewalk.
shops. Yeah. It was Betamax. I got a bunch of Betamax tapes with it. It was pretty cheap.
Betamax, top notch. Shelves of books. It's relatively a narrow bookstore. Real estate's, prime. It's not huge. Lots of things go up. So when you walk in, there seems to be like an upper level that you can see, and that's kind of a vaulted ceiling where you are. But books, as far as you can see, there's a couple stands up near the front that have new releases that are out near when you first enter. There you catch one person kind of going across one of the aisles in the back, has a couple in their hand, a female looks like. And then there's the cash register counter to your left that seems probably about 20 feet in. And then there's books piled all around it. It's almost like, somebody dropping off a ton of books at a library where they seem to be checking in, which is probably, by the looks of it, you could smell the bookstore. You could just smell all the old books. The air is very dry. Somewhere you can hear the hum of a humidifier trying to keep it moist, but it's a bigger area than what is probably being output. And there's a short gentleman. He's got wire rim circular glasses on. He's balding and has a little bit of a tuft of hair around his skull. And he wears a sweater with a dress shirt underneath. Not wholly dissimilar from what you wear, but but not the vest. He's full arms.
So only my core gets cold, so
Right.
I wear the vest.
He doesn't interrupt you. He kind of lets you be you for a little while, but he makes his presence known.
I tell him good morning. I love the atmosphere of this. Being an anthropologist, I'm used to researching old libraries and old text, and that musty old paper smell. I know, at least from what I understand from Mosby and Manteo, Roger Caroon said he was a science fiction author. So I'm going to try to do this myself first before asking, and go to the science fiction section in the Seas and see if I can find any of his books.
All right. You can see on the ends of the aisles that there are some, categories: philosophy, let's see, science fiction, fiction, autobiography, biography, travel, and there's a couple others. You eventually make your way to science fiction, and it's got, shelves of paperback. Most of the things here are hardcover for the most part, unless it's like a weird trade back. Maybe some of the old pulps might be here somewhere nestled in the mix. And you look through and you see Caroon, and you see his novel, sure enough, right there. And you take it off the shelf and you look at it and you page into the back cover, and you see a picture that resembles the individual that you saw at the McAllister building just a short time ago. Black and white, maybe a little younger, but definitely him.
Is it that one book, Passage to Eden, that I see?
So the Nightwing, I believe, is the
The
title.
Night Sea series.
The Night
so
Sea series, yes.
Okay, so So it's just one book. It's not like a series of books or.
Correct. Well,
Okay.
You find the one book.
Okay. I find the one book. I'm not going to sit here reading the whole thing. I will go up to the gentleman, short by rim glasses, has a good style to him, dress shirt and sweater. I'm down. He's my people. Before I go there, I always have to. I go to the anthropology section and I just thumb through like a King Tut book because I love that. I wish I was on those digs with Carter back in the early 1900s. So that's always something fascinating to me if there was any new Tut books. And right before I turn to the other gentleman, I look back over my shoulder and I look to see if there's any new age or occult sections in the library. It's kind of my thing. So I'm just curious if there was a section there that has any of that stuff.
It takes you a little bit to find that particular area. It's like tucked away in back in a weird corner, but you do find it. And you find both the anthropology section you go by and you notice a couple books. The Great Dig of King Tut, and a couple other novels. Once you look through and maybe look at the copyrights and who's published, or who the author is, you might even recognize a couple individual names from those books. Then it hits you, hey, I'm going to check out the occult. And then you look around and it's a little bit hard to find. You're like, well, it's probably at the end of science fiction, maybe over near anthropology, but it's off in the corner. But you find it. There's the typical books that you might find on the occult, Aleister Crowley. There's another book on, history of magic and the occult. You find some like the Satanic Bible that might be listed there and a few others.
I'm going to grab one regardless of something I haven't read. Maybe I see one that says like history's real vampires or something like that. And it tries to link historical figures to vampirism, just because I think that would be interesting. And then I make my way to the gentleman who I'm assuming hopefully is Chuck, to check out.
You grab the book entitled Legacy of the Real Dracula. The True Tale of Dracula. And then you go up to the front and the gentleman pushes up his glasses as they start to slide down his nose and doesn't even make eye contact with you. If you place the books on the counter and he grabs them and gets out a tablet of paper. Well, it looks like receipts. He writes down the title, puts down the price, writes down, takes them apart. He puts it on the counter and says that'll be $25.
Go in my wallet, get out the cash, like everything's normal. And as he's giving me my change, I mentioned to him real quick. I say, "Hey, Karun lives like right around the corner. You ever see him in here?"
Karun, and he looks and references the book.
And show the picture in the back. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Interesting. Kind of shrugs his shoulders. Not wholly impressed by the science fiction writer Roger Karun for some reason.
All right. Well, nice little shop you got here. Have a good day.
Yes, thanks for coming. Have a good day.
And fling fling as I go out the door. and make my way back to. I'm assuming we were going to meet back at the hotel, so I'm going to go back to the hotel and get my read on in the
All right.
lobby.
Agent Maya, you go to the hardware store, pick up a few supplies, and then you stake out the McAllister building. And are you on the street? Are you in a car? Did you just kind of hanging out?
She is in the car. We do have rentals, don't we? I don't remember.
Sure.
Maybe we don't.
Get a car. Yeah.
What's that?
New York.
We did
the
have a
walk.
car because we maybe we didn't.
You can
Oh,
have
we
a car.
walked
It's
and
Right,
met
we don't
him.
have a car.
really expensive.
Right.
Yeah, we
don't have a
walked
car.
because we're in New
We
York.
walked
So.
on Metro. That's right.
Maybe she'll rent a car.
Okay.
Because that's right. She was in a taxi.
Right. Yep.
Because what I wanted her to do is use the tape deck in the car to listen to the tapes while she's waiting. So she's not just burning time watching the building. She's also, and Sean, you can picture, she's fast forwarding, stopping and playing, fast forwarding, stopping. She's not just letting them play. She's trying to go through as rapidly as she can if they're just mixed tapes or if any of them have anything weird on them or interesting on them type of thing.
Okay. As you are, you take a tape and look at it and go, I'll start at this one, and you plug it in the cassette tape or a cassette player, and it's playing, and tapes, have that subtle noise when it goes to the live tape, right before the non-recorded part, and they're not labeled in any particular. They're not labeled at all. They're just blank. They're just tapes, which you notice, and you go. It doesn't. You don't hear anything. You do hear a little ambient sound every now and again, causing you to turn up the volume quite intensely, and it looks like, or it sounds like, ambient sounds of a nearly empty, what would be an empty apartment.
Like a microphone that's active, but nothing's happening.
Correct.
Is it just that ambient sound, or is there like building, mechanical noise? Is there like an AC or a heating system she can hear or anything? Or is it just literally that kind of when you turn it way up?
I would say the apartment's probably got a lot of radiant heat. So you might every once in a while, and it's August. So depending on when they were recorded, there's no sign of any kicking on of any heating HVAC system of the building. Given let's see, let me double check something here.
Sirens.
Her shoulders slump, by the way, while she's listening, because she looks down at the sides of the box, and she's like, "This is all footage, or not footage, but audio of the apartment."
Yeah.
She was thinking it was actually the music.
That's what he said it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows.
You
to go lean on him again.
You don't get a lot of audio on any of these. You listen to one for like 5 minutes and like, what the hell? You fast forward it. Same. Fast forward it some more. Weird. Punch it. Flip it upside down. Put it back into the cassette player.
Yep.
Fast forward.
Yeah. You know what we need? One of those like Panasonic boom boxes where you can press play and fast forward at the same time, and it gives you that. So we would actually see if anything different sounded.
Right.
I was thinking that there was a fast play on Walkmans, but I feel like you can do the same thing on a.
Yeah,
that's
you
actually
can
what I
with a
was
Walkman.
envisioning.
You can.
I was envisioning Mantillo doing that as she headed downtown.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Is it more realistic for Maya to have a Walkman while she's doing this, or the car? We could use a car.
Get a boombox anywhere.
I like the
Yeah.
idea of renting a car simply to have a tape deck. Like,
Yep. That's what she did.
cracks me up.
That's what she did.
They're starting to
She
switch
wants
over
a
to CDs, but not
mobile
very
tape deck.
prevalent yet.
Well, they might have both at this point.
Oh,
Well.
In fact, in 95, you wouldn't have too many cars with a CD.
mm-mm.
No.
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 They would have a tape deck for sure. So that's
Yeah.
you're right, Edwin. That's what she did. She rented a car, got a tape deck, and is now. And so Sean, she had spent a couple of hours doing this, going through one and marking the tapes. I've listened to this one. I've listened to this one, both sides, kind of thing. And she'd also kind of mix it up if she can tell if the tapes were like in batches, like the same model of tape was used. So she'd try to get a few from like the front end, a few from the back end. If there are Maxells, if there are, TDKs, whatever.
And they all seem to be the same, 90-minute M90s, right?
Right.
Maxells,
Yeah.
Maxell Gold, all the same.
Nope. Very
Nothing
nice.
on the labels. Yeah.
But no Memorex. Yeah. All right.
And then as you watch the McAllister building, there isn't anybody that comes or goes.
At all. No
Weird.
one leaves the whole day.
Well, are you going to be there the whole day?
She would go to the hardware store, so probably 9 a.m. She hits the hardware store when it opens up, or 8:30.
Okay.
I think she probably spends half an hour shopping there, so she'd be there by 9:30,
Okay.
something like that. And
Weird.
she would spend till noon. She'd be
Okay.
there.
All right. Around the 10:30 time frame, there's a mail carrier that comes by and goes up to the building and goes into the foyer or the first door, and then a few minutes later comes out of the door, walks on with her route.
She turns off the car because she's got the electrics on to listen to the radio or the tape deck, and jumps out and kind of scoots over to catch him.
Okay.
Just says, "Excuse me, Mr. Mailman, I have a question.
Yeah. Well,
I have I'm investigating a disappearance in this building." She points back to the McAllister building and says, "When we were doing our work," she briefly flashes her FBI badge and says, "When we were doing some work yesterday, we noticed that people don't appear to be picking up their mail. Could you confirm that? Are people in the building picking their mail up?"
yeah, I don't know. I just keep, every once in a while I'll get some junk mail that goes there and I stuff it in one of the mailboxes, but it doesn't look like anybody's picking up their mail in quite some time.
No one in the whole building.
Not that I noticed.
Do you know about when this started? Was it always that way?
I mean, there's mail that gets picked up. It hasn't been a ton, but there are a few, the right apartment I know isn't, that's not, there's no mail being delivered to her, due to the investigation. But sometimes not everybody's mailbox is full with mail, so they must be picking it up at some point.
Okay. Anything you can tell me that you noticed out of the ordinary about this building or the people coming and going? Or about
I just know it used to be more lively. It doesn't seem like anybody's really around much. Every once in a while, you hear somebody in the back, maybe they're walking down the hallway or something. But I haven't seen anybody in quite some time. Probably, it's been a few months now, maybe since February, March. I don't know.
Okay. Thanks. Sorry to delay your route.
Yeah, no worries. Good luck with whatever it is you're, checking in on.
Trying to find out what happened to her. Back to the tapes in the car.
Okay. All right. Agent Mosby, you're going to do your samples?
Yep.
You're going to do them in your hotel room. You got the gear in your hotel room to be able to do those?
I guess that's the thing.
Got your litmus papers and I don't know how you test their samples.
As part of his equipment build, he does have, I'm assuming, some kind of portable chemistry set. Maybe it'd be like in a briefcase that he could take on the airplane, things like that, right? Like a portable set.
Okay.
So I'll pull that out, put it on the table in the hotel room, set myself up, arrange my equipment as necessary, and I will probably do the water samples first.
So you go to check out the water samples and the vials are empty.
Now I sealed those properly, right?
Yeah, you've done this once or twice in your career, more, right?
Yeah.
And you could have swore you're like, okay, water samples, looked it up in the light, put the stopper in there, probably put the tape around it.
Yeah.
And
I would have labeled okay, so the water is vanished. Awesome. I'm noticing a trend here. All right. And then
give me a sanity check.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Was this was just sink water, right?
Tap
water?
Just the water out of Abigail's apartment.
Yeah. Huh. Nice.
Okay.
All right. You're good.
Okay.
Strange.
And so the water is empty. I'm going to get a little upset about that because now it's like, is this like the cigar or not? Maybe next time, and this is just me mulling things over out loud, but maybe next time we go, I'll bring this kit with us so I can do the samples in the apartment. But then I'm going to look and I'm going to make an assumption that when I check the air sample, it's also empty.
What does that mean? Is a vacuum?
Yeah. So I would guess then is I would do like a burning splint test. And so if I took the burning splint and I put it in, because there'd be no oxygen inside of it, they would extinguish the flame immediately. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do this burning splint test. Maybe I would have ideally you would take a couple of samples. You wouldn't just take one.
Sure.
So I'll just take one of the vials and I'll do this burning splint test. And again, if there's no oxygen inside of there, it should immediately extinguish.
Mosby's going to science the shit out of this. Nice.
It goes poof. It goes out.
It goes out immediately. So it's empty.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's weird. Okay. So there's no air in the vial. Okay. Well, that's something. That's something. Okay. Thanks, Sean.
Give me another sanity check. What the hell?
Well, I'm kind of. I did anticipate
the first time.
I know it is weird.
You're probably going through your stuff like I'm sure. Okay, if the water's not there, then it's probably where my pants. My pants wet. Like
yeah.
My shirt wet. Like what? Wherever I put it, like, is it wet? No, it's not wet. Well, maybe it's dry now. Maybe it leaked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you go to the air, and then it's like, give me a roll there, Mosby.
I did. It was good.
Did. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You're fine. Strange.
Yeah. This is bizarre. Yeah. Beyond strange, bizarre. It's like, this is like, I feel a little bit like an amateur. It's an amateur hour here. Like
you're like right out of college, man, screwing up samples. Like year zero.
Well, no, losing a water sample is feasible. Having a test tube evacuate itself is impossible. So there's a whole new level. Like that's not there's no way that's incompetence. I accidentally sucked the air out before I put the cork in. Like, that's
it's weird.
That's good.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like it.
Yeah, it's going to be something to report when everyone gets back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might need to have a smoke after this to bring the nerves down.
Probably a little nervous, but you made your sanity checks.
Yeah, I did. But still, though, it's so weird. I might not go insane by it, but I'm unnerved.
Sure. Agent Mantillo is at the art gallery.
Yeah. So I had a 45-minute walk, I think, downtown to the gallery, listening to the sounds of silence on the Maxell Gold. So I grabbed a few of the tapes just to sort of help out and see what's there. And I probably have them cranked up if it's really that silent there. And I'm definitely moving fast. I've got the Soldiers March just headed down to the gallery there.
All right. Let's see. Mm-hmm.
What do we know about it here? Let's see here.
So her first show was held at the Mercury, which is a trendy art gallery downtown on Franklin Street.
That's the one.
So you find, you go down Franklin Street and you're like, it should be right here.
It's very short. Yep.
Yeah.
Short street.
Yep. And you find the Mercury gallery.
So
big
what kind
windows.
of art is there now? Big windows, yeah.
All the insides, white walls. Open. Got some art hanging on them. There's a couple pedestals with looks to be glass made art. Probably blown glass. Pretty cool.
Okay. I will go in.
All right. You walk in. And it's pretty quiet. The artwork on the wall is quite abstract, trendy, very colorful. There's one that's like posted on a wall and it looks like it's like splattered paint. Like somebody just took a paintbrush and went like this, and splattered specks of paint on it with a brush. And then it goes off of the canvas and onto the wall. Who knows?
How many zeros on the price tags?
Oh, there's probably 3 zeros beyond.
Okay.
Yeah. 3,000, 4,000 here, maybe. I don't know how much of a connoisseur Agent Mantillo is of art.
She has some training. She has taken some painting courses.
Oh, that's right.
But she's not. I feel like she's sort of the Bob Ross school more than the,
some of these might, interest you in how they've come together and what they've put together as far as composition goes or palette choices.
Definitely. So she'll sort of walk around. I'm assuming that there's nothing by Abigail right here any longer, that show is over and done. So I'm sort of looking around in case I see something with her name next to it, but I'm really looking for the person, the pretentious person behind the counter, somewhere over there that's going to give me the ugly eye because I'm not wearing expensive clothing.
You actually, before you feel like some kind of probably air from the inside of the place kind of breeze across your face. And you hear a door in the far back close and you hear these heels clicking on the wooden floor, clank, 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 clank. And she's like, we have to have this all squared away. This has got to be done. It's got to be done by this evening, by 3:00. This is going, people are coming in here at 7:00. We're going to have the champagne and you hear click, 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 and it's coming louder and louder.
I'm going to move so that subtly, perhaps, but I'm going to move so that conversation will go on as long as possible before they notice I'm here. So if there's like some divider walls and I can sort of wander around as the clicking's coming in one direction just to listen in and get a sense of personalities and who's in control and so forth.
It's a relatively small gallery. There are some hanging walls in the middle that kind of break up like if you took out the hanging walls that are in, perpendicular to each other and allow you to kind of walk around and they hang pieces on it, it would be one big open room and it would go back. So this woman, she looks, to be of Asian descent, comes out and she's kind of talking and waving her arms. And there's another individual, a white woman, Caucasian, that's a little bit shorter than her, who's like got a clipboard and, frantically writing down things as she's, making all these demands. And the woman who obviously is in charge is, dressed in a well-to-do, like a gray skirt, gray vest, white blouse. Her hair's like back in a ponytail and she looks relatively put together. And she's just like, obviously making sure everything gets done. And then she's coming out, doesn't notice you at the moment because she's making quite a bit of noise herself.
And this other woman, this assistant with the clipboard, is just sort of following her, taking notes, and yes, ma'am, yes.
Very much so. Yep.
Okay. Do I get her name? Does the woman ever say the assistant's name?
She doesn't. They're just going back.
Okay.
Am I? And she's like, am I being unreasonable here? I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Tell me if I'm being unreasonable, because sometimes I can be unreasonable. This is 7:00. Chop. We kind of set this. So, they said they would be here on time. Yep. There's no question. They did get delayed with a few things, but it should be no problem. She's like, okay, I trust you. I trust you. You're my right hand. You're my right hand.
Do I get the sense that she's giving information and then is going to be heading out? Like, I'm going to go meet rich people in town, or is this sort of, why do I get a sense of why the instructions have to happen right now?
You look around and there was a sign on the way in that was talking about a gallery showing this evening.
No, I understand that, but I mean, do I get the sense that these are like, I'll be back in an hour, I want all this stuff done by then, or is sense like I'm going to be here pestering you all day while you're trying to get this stuff done?
Well, it seems as though they're going around now to make sure everything is in place and hung properly and everything is accounted for. And she's like, okay, this should be the last walkthrough until later. Going through the pieces. All right. No, the lighting is off on this one. There's a shadow it's very important that the shadow is not shown at this level. It's got to come down. You know that. Yep, I know it's, Michael must have put the lighting in correctly on that one. I'll make sure it gets changed. Are you personally ducking these people? Are you purposely ducking them?
Yeah, I'm ducking them and sort of trying to let them have their conversation and see who's on the wall, get the names of the artists that are on the walls and so forth as I go around.
The artist on all the labels appears to be Libre. That's the artist name, or it appears to be. Works by Libre.
Okay.
Give me a stealth check.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. Search skills look good. Stealth, there it is. Ooh, I'm wicked good at stealth. Did something happen? I clicked.
No,
on
but
the
I mean,
word.
if you're trying to be quiet, otherwise they're just going to look at you.
I'm just trying to see if it rolled. I feel like I'm so stealthy that the dice didn't even roll.
They didn't
roll.
Is that because the game's paused?
Pausing the game should just normally just be the tokens. Well, luckily I've got my dice here. So out of a 14, I roll a 39.
Oh.
So a normal failure. So eventually they'll catch up to me.
Okay. So as they're going around and you're walking the floor, it's
exactly
it's kind of a hollow place. There's not a lot of sound dampening, so you probably hit a floorboard and it creaks, and they turn around and say, "And how long have you been waiting there?"
Oh, I've been looking around here. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you coming to the show this evening?
Well, I'm really looking into a former artist that you had here, Abigail Wright.
Right. How do I know that name? And she looks at her assistant like, how do I know that name? She's like, could you be more specific?
Yes, I believe she was doing three-dimensional collage art, and she had a show here back in May?
Late last year.
So October, November last year.
Late last year. Do you know how many shows I put on a year? Do you know
I
how
don't,
many?
man.
I
don't.
put on a lot of shows. I put on like 2 to 3 a week. 2 to 3 a
What?
week. There's 52 weeks in a year, dear. That's a lot. I don't know if I recall who it is. Not quite sure. Do you have pictures of her material? Maybe, possibly.
What I have, ma'am, which I was hoping not
I
to
must go. Can
bother
you,
you with, is an FBI badge.
Marie? Can you handle
Oh,
this
wonderful.
woman, please?
Excellent, Marie. That would
And
be
she's like,
great.
Marie, I must go. She's like, I got to get going. I'm late. I have to go across town. He
So
wants me to
can
pick
I-
up this and this and that. Marie, can you help her? By the way, I'm sorry. I apologize. I must go. Bye. And she goes out the back.
Can I see if she's ditching me on this, or if she really is sort of running off here?
Yeah, sure. Give me a human check.
Is that human? That's another of my awesome skill. This is why I'm really good at this sort of thing. So that's a 53 out of 10.
You're not sure. She's like very, very like busy. Very busy.
She's
woman.
got to run.
Marie
Okay, that's
actually
great.
says that. She's a very busy woman. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, Marie. I suspect that you know much better than she what is going on in this gallery. And at this point, I will pull out my badge and I will say, we are with the FBI. I'm doing a investigation into Miss Wright. I understand that you're very busy. Do you keep photographs of the shows? You must obviously keep records of what shows you have here and who the artists are.
Oh, I'm sure we have a catalog somewhere that
That's what I would love to see, the catalog.
Sure.
If you could point me to where you keep the catalogs, I'd be happy to go through those.
It's not actually open to the public. I mean, I could
I'm
bring
not
that.
public.
Right. Yes. Let me see. Shouldn't you have a search warrant for that? But I mean, not that this is, I mean, I would still give that up, I guess, but I don't have a problem providing that to you. I just don't have it like readily accessible.
Right. Is there a way I could help you? Do you have some, I understand that it would take you a little bit of time to get.
Mrs. Yang, who just left,
Sure.
I have like a lot of things to do. We have a show tonight. And if I don't do
Yes, I
that,
understand
she
that.
is going to fire me. I really need this job. This is like the second job I've had this year. And I really
How
need
about
this
this?
job.
How about this? Why don't I pay you to be your assistant, and I will hand her $20, and I'll just go back in there and look as your assistant, as your paid assistant. I'll just go look for the catalog. How does that sound?
Okay. I just don't want to get fired. Just don't get me
Yeah,
fired.
don't get fired. You keep doing your thing, and you won't even notice me.
Okay. I guess. Fine. That's fine. I have calls to make. Back there.
Wonderful.
A room on the right, I guess.
Thank you very much, Marie.
You're welcome.
And I will go back into the room on the right and see if I can find this needle in the haystack.
There's a bookshelf, 3-inch binders. You could pull one off. They're organized by date, and you
Wonderful.
can pull it
Shouldn't
up,
take too
and
long.
you see the takes you a little bit, probably quite a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but you find the 3-ring binder with the laminates inside with pictures in it that displays the artwork from Abigail Wright.
Sweet.
And they have like things marked and you count them up, and they have Polaroids, and on the bottom each of some of those they say sold, and some do not.
Is there information about who it's sold to, how much it's sold for?
In this booklet, no, there isn't. There's
Okay.
just the pictures and whether they were sold.
And then, okay, so I think that's interesting. Which way? So looking at the photographs, starting with that, what is the art like?
They're I don't know. Some of it's, let me see. I don't know if it's, There's a few different, it's like using clay on canvas and painting it. It gives it like a rough 3-dimensional look, I guess. Some of it is more surreal than it is true to life, abstract.
It's surreal in the sort of realistic sense. It's not like Dolly to me is like there's recognizable things. They've just been made unrealistic. Yeah. Okay,
yep.
Cool. Yeah. And in this room that I'm in, is it simply the bookshelves of catalogs, or are there also like ledgers or bank? Is there other form of information that I see around me, or is it simply a book?
There's a filing cabinet. There's a desk, a couple chairs,
and it's just me in here, and she's out there making phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will see if I can find any information on sales. So I've got the date that these things were sold, or at least the dates that the show is on, and I'll see if I can find any information about the paintings, who they sold to, and how much for, and so forth.
Probably going to be locked away.
Think that file cabinet's kept locked?
Are you going to check it?
Yeah.
The filing cabinet's locked.
All right. Well, I'll look on the desk for the key. I mean, there's no reason for them to hide the key too hard. I'll look around for the key.
All right. You find a key you find a set of keys in the top desk drawer. It's one of them old, it's a metal desk, straight out of your teacher's high school, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I'll stick the key in the lock, open it, lock up, and leave the key in the lock as if somebody accidentally did that.
Okay.
Listen a little bit for the phone call, and then open up the file cabinet and see how it's organized.
It's got folders upon folders. It's got dates. It's got client list. It's got contacts. Probably there's a couple, and then there's things that are in the, when you're like looking for the keys, you open up a drawer. There's a Rolodex right on the desk with tons of different names. There's some proofs that are there in some of the folders that look like, they put together for displaying the show that's coming and that have gone past. They put out in posters or print to just promote different shows that they're putting on at the gallery.
So yeah, I guess looking for sales records, looking for the dates of her show, and see in the file cabinet, see if there's anything on sales there.
There's a couple that you can find that show the sales from them. Sure.
All right. I'll grab the client information, whoever purchased it.
Okay.
I'll take a quick look in the Rolodex to see if Abigail Wright's in there.
You do not find Abigail Wright's name in the Rolodex.
Okay. And I think I will. Yeah, I'm sure I will. I will strip the Polaroids from the album and tuck them in my cargo pants pockets and put
she
the
had probably
album
about
back.
20 pieces and have sold 15 of them.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll take the 20 photographs out and just stick them in my pocket and put the catalog back in.
Okay. And then you leave, or are you?
So I noted the contact info of the buyers. Yeah, and I'm trying to think. What I'm trying to think about is, I feel like this place would not know about other shows that Wright might have done. So yeah, I think I'll go back out and I will say, thank you, Marie. That was thank you for helping out our investigation. I didn't find anything.
Oh my God, you're still here? I thought you left like 20 minutes ago.
Oh no. But
she gets worried, like nervous, like on her face. Oh no. Like what?
No, it's all fine.
You were back there for
taking
like
off now. Do you want me to send
at
you
least
some coffee?
40 minutes. I'm sorry.
You want me to send you some coffee?
I don't know. I would probably really like you to leave so I don't get fired.
Sure. Yeah. I'm out of here. Have a good day.
Thanks. Then she runs back to the office to see what kind of crazy disarray it might be in.
Okay. I leave.
Okay. All right. So Agent Mentillo is taking some action.
Sean,
Yes,
sorry to
sir.
interrupt. There
Yeah.
was one thing that kind of came to me.
Yes.
The weird drawing on the napkin.
Yes.
Does that still exist, or has that also vanished?
Who
I
has
was
that?
wondering about that too.
I don't know. Yeah,
Don't
I'm
know.
just
I
like,
have it.
I'm like
I
everything's
think
vanishing.
Mosby
On
still
stars
has
gone,
it,
air's
yeah.
gone, water. Yeah. I don't know if I still
Yeah.
had it or not. I know I found it, but I don't. I thought maybe
I know I
Mantio
looked
might have
at
had
it,
it,
studied it. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
might have it.
but I don't know if she gave it back to me or not.
Let me see. Let me see. Bagged Mosby. You bagged that, but I
Mhm.
don't know if you gave it to Mantio after the fact.
And Tio lost Sam looking at it.
That's true.
Yeah, that
Did you
was in the
keep it?
restaurant.
Is the question.
Right. Yeah, I did keep it because I went and asked the concierge about it,
That's right.
and I
Okay.
wasn't able to get anything.
Not sure
maybe
most-
I gave it back to you. If you want to have it, you can certainly have it.
Fair.
But
Oh, yeah, because it said GBR embossed
Right.
on it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Why
find who.
Why don't we just say that Mantio still has it, and then
Okay.
as soon as Mosby sees her,
Yeah.
the first question will be, boom. We'll just do that.
Boom.
Cool.
All right. All right. So Mignon got the bookstore squared away. Mantio scoped the gallery. Mosby's doing science, and Maya is scoping out the McAllister building
And listening to tapes.
and listening to tapes. I would say collectively, given everything that's transpired, I would say at least a couple hours have gone by, and it's a relatively around lunchtime.
Perfect.
And you have the information that you have so far. Agent Maya, there has been no other things that have occurred at the McAllister building since the mail carrier has come and gone.
She heads back to the hotel to meet up with the others.
All right.
We can exchange information.
Yeah, have lunch.
All right. You guys catch each other at the hotel. There's a
Yeah,
hot
I'm
dog
reading in the
vendor.
lobby. Yeah, I
Hot
see
dog
them as they
vendor
come in.
outside on the sidewalk. Smell the hot dog. Good New York dog.
Starting
Street
water
meat.
dogs.
Yeah.
How's that? How's your book, Mignon?
It's interesting.
Hmm.
I need someone to tell me exactly what's in it. It's
That good?
sciencey and
That good?
fictiony.
You fell asleep. You fell asleep reading it, huh? Was that good? Just blanked.
Anything about strange buildings or anything in there?
I'm just curious. What is the what's the primer for the book? Like, what's it about?
For Roger's book,
Yeah.
science fiction. Oh, it's like traveling through the stars, ancient civilizations. Got some anthropology like twists on there. If you dug into it, you'd probably laugh and scoff at it because these scientific sci-fi writers. They don't do the real thing. If they only knew, they think like archaeology is like Indiana Jones. That's not true archaeology, right? Those silly guys.
Okay, so it's a fiction story as far as I'm concerned.
Indeed.
Okay, but there's no obviously I would be thumbing through looking for any mention of this weird building or time travel or dimensions or whatever, but it's not. It's totally fiction about stars and a different story. Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. Maya, where's Eloise?
Where is Eloise?
Yeah. Chief, back in your where. So I imagine she resides with you, or she's in the same city.
Yes.
How did
DC,
you-
right?
Yeah. How did you leave off with Eloise?
I think at this stage, let me look at my brief here, just very briefly. Context. She doesn't. I haven't given her anything to work on, right?
Well,
No.
she's your squeeze, I believe, right?
She is. I'm going to say at this stage of things, the relationship is totally on the down low. So she was wondering maybe this weekend we were going to be able to get away, but I had to answer this call. So she might be a little bit miffed at the fact that she made arrangements to spend time apart from her husband, and we could actually spend some time together. But Maya had to head off to New York City.
So Eloise is actually married.
She is.
Small
She
details.
is married.
Yeah.
Very, very small details.
It's a small detail that was not in my notes for some reason.
That wasn't it. I have a lot of notes, and that was not in my notes for two games.
Well,
It
it's
is-
a secret.
Yeah.
Still
Everything's
kiss
fine.
and tell
Not
here.
a secret from the guy who's got the world.
Apparently it is.
Apparently it is. Yeah, indeed.
Eloise Martinson is a fellow agent, her current and down low fling, and Eloise is married. Yes. It's
So how
true.
did you position it with her? Like, did you just disappear? Did you just go on some call and that's kind of the deal between you two, or?
Well, she's done this more than once, right?
Okay.
This whole
Yeah.
by 1995. So I think what she's telling Eloise at this stage is that there's this other FBI business that is kind of a special marshal's project that she gets involved with, and she's not allowed to talk about it, etc. Eloise probably thinks she's kind of full of shit, or
Probably thinks you're sleeping around.
Isn't sure.
You know that
Thanks, Edwin.
I don't know how much you've divulged to
You
her,
swung to no one.
but you have been on other special tasks force.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at. So,
Yes.
I think, yeah, she would be like, it's the sort of thing I can't talk about. And you know that I've been on these before and they come up short notice. So I'm sorry that I'm missing this weekend. They're probably going to go to the botanical gardens together, get a hotel room, but none of that's happening. I blame you, Sean, for this operation.
I'll take
My
it.
fantasy love life sucks with you, Sean.
Exactly. Bastard.
7 billion people, and you pick someone that was married. I think that's your fault.
It's been a while since I've sabotaged a good friend of mine's relationship with his female. So why not relive those
So,
20
You
year
can't do it in
old?
real life. You might as well do it in fantasy. So there
Well,
you go.
Exactly.
Really? You think you love her? I don't know, man. All right.
We haven't said that yet.
Okay. Hasn't gone that far. Let's see. All right.
I will say, though, that when you guys see her come back to the hotel, she's not on foot. And she's not in a Crown Vic. No, she's in a Dodge Diplomat.
Oh,
Ooh,
Much better
schmancy.
mid-90s car. Terrible.
Very nice.
Absolutely terrible.
I don't remember that car.
Bring it back.
No, Google it, man. It's the squarest
remember
vehicle
that.
ever.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Dodge Diplomat.
All right. So
she-
she just knows you're out of town and that you're on one of your special operations.
I wonder if, you know what, she would have even said that she was going to New York City. So she probably knows, because I would imagine that Canetta trained from DC to New York.
Oh, so she knows you'd be going to New York?
Yeah. I would say that she even knows I'm in New York, but it's this other thing that this joint task force FBI thing.
Right.
Yup.
Give me a luck check.
If you insist.
Do not fail.
Do you insist?
I insist. You
50
critically failed.
fail.
All right.
Do not fail, he says.
Sweet.
I didn't
Why am I
fail.
not seeing the rolls here?
What are you guys
Critically
rolling in?
fail.
Because I haven't seen any rolls.
Me
Foundry.
neither. I haven't seen any rolls. This is all
Do a
Foundry?
refresh of Foundry and you'll be good.
Yeah, okay.
There was a connection hiccup. I did see. It was like,
Okay. You must
Meh.
log in order to access the game. Oh, well,
wow, there you go.
that's a thing I hadn't done. I mean, I had
Uh-huh.
done, but
I'm seeing something weird as well, Sean, where I'm like logged in as Lark from the prior game,
Delta Green launch.
but it rolled as Maya. So I'm not sure what's going on. Who knows?
Oh, look at that.
How are
Critical
you?
failure. Oh,
Yeah.
and my stealth roll.
Yep, your stealth roll popped up eventually.
Wow, I'm surprised there wasn't like 8 of them.
Oh, sometimes it just takes a refresh. It disconnects and then. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Agent Maya. You go back to the hotel and there's a message for you when you get there. Oh, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Message for you.
at the like a phone message or what?
Oh, at the front desk.
Okay, she's gonna. Is the gang here?
The gang is there somewhere, probably down the hallway to the restaurant, right off
Okay.
the lounge.
I think she's got the box of tapes with her, so she shoves the box of tapes at Mignon and is like, "These are actually recordings of her apartment. It's horrible, and I have not heard anything yet, but we need to listen to all these." She shoves the box of tapes, and I'll be right back. And she goes to the front desk. Yeah, you get the box now. And at the front desk, Sean, she's hey, I was told there's a message for me here.
Yes, right. Yes, ma'am. Hold on one moment. And she pulls out, and there's like she gives you a card and goes, "Here you go. This is for you."
Like a business card?
Yeah, it's like a, I don't know, 4x4 card or something like that. She gives it to you, and on it, it says, "I'll be in town this evening. Surprise!" And there's an exclamation point and Eloise's initials. I mean, after all, she is a
Critical
U.S.
fail.
Marshal.
She is. It's true. So you may hear the from from the front where you are. She looks at it's in her handwriting,
Oh,
or
yeah.
is it?
Well,
Yeah.
no, it would be by the desk. The desk.
Oh
person.
yeah, it's like a. I gotcha. They pass the message along.
Mhm.
She tucks that into her back pocket and thinks about calling her right now, and then thinks, no, maybe I'll wait a minute. And she joins the rest of the folks so she can find out what the latest is from the water samples. Nice work on that, Phil. From the book, from the art gallery. So basically, just kind of rejoin with the group, but her mind is definitely distracted and kind of elsewhere at this stage.
Okay.
She's already thinking, like, how do I throw her off? Like, I'm not in New York after all, type of thing. But she's mulling that over.
Well, I feel like my thing was a dead end. And I'll pull the photos out of the side pocket of my pants and just sort of throw them on the table and say, this was her previous show. It doesn't look anything like the stuff she's doing in her house. I'm not getting any real connection there. But unless you
Mosby
guys see something I don't see.
Mosby looks flustered, and he looks like he's off his game. Well, okay, I got some news, and I don't know what the hell happened, but the water sample, the water's gone. Like there was no water in the sample. The air sample, it was empty, like a vacuum. When I did a splint test, it should have continued to burn. And I figured I would try this because it was kind of odd. Remember when the cigar just vanished on us? Like did the same thing happen to the water and did the same thing happen to the air. So when I put the splint in, it completely extinguished. Like there was no air inside the air sample. Mignata, do you still have the napkin?
Yeah. It's right here. And I start reaching into my pocket.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, are you going to pull something out of your pocket? Which one are you going to pull out of your pocket?
The napkin.
The napkin.
Machine on it.
It's not
Hopefully.
there. It's not there.
It's not there.
What the
Let's see my
hell?
other pockets.
No
It's
napkin or no machine on napkin.
No napkin. Your pocket's not. It doesn't have it. You don't have it in that pocket.
It's not a napkin.
It's you.
It was right. It was definitely in here. I mean, I wow. Yeah, it was definitely in here this morning.
What
I
the
lean into
hell?
Mosby, and I smell a little bit of the remnants of what he was into the night before. And
I
I'm
was
like,
going to ask the same question.
are you totally sure, Mosby, that
I am 100%. 100%.
okay.
All right.
At least you
Look,
didn't say 110 because that's not a real thing.
No,
So,
I'm-
all right, 100%.
we're all good here. This morning, we were all good. I woke up fresh, ready to go, pulled out my science kit, did the tests, but there's nothing to test. He has no napkin. So now we're seeing like repeated patterns of evidence, right? The scar vanished.
Well, and I had the napkin last night. I mean,
In the
I
bar.
talked to the maitre d' about the napkin. It was right there.
That's true.
Hold on a second,
But it's
guys.
gone now.
And I go
Yeah.
into my bag that has the Polaroids of everything we took pictures of on the wall in Abigail's apartment. Do the Polaroids look normal?
Plenty of
Okay.
Polaroids. Yeah.
Okay.
How the hell did the Polaroid? Okay. Look,
Well,
I didn't
it
lose
was
the
the
napkin.
Polaroids or something that
So
we
I
took.
know
right?
you're trying to suggest something there, Mignon, about my my behaviors, but I mean, I didn't have the napkin.
Where did we find the napkin? What
It
room?
was on her
That
on the
was in
wall.
Abigail as well.
We took it off the wall of the apartment.
Wow. We can go back and see if it's.
Did you happen to take a
Back
picture of the napkin separately?
It might be on one of the Polaroid shots that I was taking on the wall, but I don't know how detailed it would have been. Like I didn't take a detailed up close shot of it. No.
Maybe you got a lucky photo of it.
Maybe.
I mean, there's
Where's
a good
luck on this
50%
bad boy? If I'm
chance
allowed to
that
roll
would've
it?
50-50,
happened.
50-50 Phil.
Front page.
Top of the character sheet says luck.
Front page to the top right.
Top right. Oh yeah, roll luck. Thank you guys.
Oh,
Nice.
took a close up.
Yeah.
Sure, there's a picture of it.
So close, it's four of them taped together. That's how close
Right.
it is. Okay, so we have a picture of it, and it's on the photo.
Yeah.
We see.
Is it a
Okay.
picture of it while it's on the wall?
Yes, I guess. Like that's how you would catalog
Yeah,
it.
I guess it would have
or
been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't know.
No, it
Lupita's
would
like,
have been on the wall.
this is so screwed up. If we go back there, if that thing's on the wall still, you took it off the
Oh.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real problem.
We need to go back.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? If we're going back there?
Well, that's our job.
I don't
isn't
think we have a choice. I
Yeah.
don't think we have a choice.
What do you think we're here for, Mosby? We're on vacation? You want to go to Broadway tonight?
No, but I mean, like this is kind of outside my area expertise.
That's why there's four of us.
I'm pretty sure this is outside of all of our expertise, Mosby. Mosby.
Maybe Dick. What?
Mignon doesn't even get names right half the time. Hey,
So,
Mantillo.
yeah.
Is that what we're doing right now? Then, or are we going back?
Look, none of us want to do this, but I don't see how we
I
can
mean,
avoid it.
otherwise we're just going to sit around the hotel and what? I mean, yeah, I think that's the only thing we've got. But you got the stuff for the basement. You got the key. You got the keys to the basement for me, Maya.
Maya has bought a backpack and she rattles the
nice.
backpack and you can hear like boom clank 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 clank. There's like pry bars and hammers and screwdrivers and there's a chisel.
Perfect.
She bought surveyor's string. She bought all kinds of crap in there. Duct tape,
You're the best.
a hatchet, spray paint. She's ready.
All right.
Let me
something
just
to eat
get-
and let's go.
Let me just get my environmental kit from the room. and then I'll be ready to go too.
Oh man.
Anybody else going to the room?
I'm going to go to the room and look for that napkin just in case. Maybe I took it out of my pocket and set it down somewhere, I guess.
Probably used it as a coaster. Who knows?
That's
Rip
right.
the room
Blew his nose
apart
on it
looking
last
for
night.
Better check the garbage.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Mate might have turned over the room. Damn.
No, it's do not disturb. I don't trust them.
You don't trust maid service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not when we've got FBI stuff in the room. I don't. Definitely not. That was drilled into me.
Okay.
So while Mosby's gone,
Yeah.
Maya says, so we can take things from the building because we took the tapes from the other apartment, right?
Yeah.
But we can't take anything from Abigail's.
Well, the cigar was from.
Well,
up
that's different.
Yeah.
That weird
Well,
space.
I wonder how long these tapes are blank, and they're not.
They're not blank.
Well, I guess they're not blank. They're just.
They've been recorded on.
They've been recorded.
I don't think we should be making any rules right now. I don't think we have enough data to decide exactly what's going to happen.
We need to keep listening to the tapes, but I think our first step needs to be to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, I had a nice walk downtown listening to that was some good music. Let me tell you.
Let's just hope we can leave the building after we enter it this time. So I was getting a little nervous there.
The lower floors were okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't so bad.
So Mosby and Manteo go back to the room. You do not find the napkin, Manteo. Mosby, you gather your gear, no problem. It's your room's the same condition you left it, and you pack up what you need and find everything where you put it. And unless you do something special in your room, you head out and meet with the rest of the team. And I take it everybody's going to go back to the McAllister building.
I guess we are.
So probably get there at about, you've been kind of humming and hawing around lunch and talking about things.
Probably get lunch, I would imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably get to the McAllister building 1:30-ish in the afternoon.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. You head up to the McAllister building. It's, looks a little, you arrived during the day yesterday, but it was getting a little bit later with it being 1:30, sun hitting it, from the west, a little bit higher in the air. You notice it's eerily mundane.
How many floors would you say it has?
Answer carefully.
The floors are exactly the same that you saw when you approached them the first time.
Shit.
It's like 30.
Looks like
the
three,
buildings? Right? Are the buildings on either side higher or lower than the McAllister building?
About the same size.
Equal.
Oh, they're literally the same because it's like a row house type of stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a fire escape on either end of this building, of the whole building, the structure?
That's a good question. I would think that there would be. Probably in the back.
Probably in the back.
Yeah.
By law, it has to be in the back.
There you go. We got housing coding expert Lou on the.
My grandmother lived in a house just like that. They all had them in the back.
Probably didn't become code until like 2000.
Yeah.
You put your plants out there. You put your cat food bowl for the neighborhood cats. All that
bird
stuff.
feeders, whatever. Yeah.
So I'm
I think
thinking
one of us should go up top from the outside.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Right? I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters.
Well, you said we shouldn't be making any rules, so that means we should be investigating.
For all we
Sure.
know, the roof entrance comes down into the 6th floor.
Exactly. Right.
Sure.
I mean, none of
Do
this
you
makes
two
any
want to go
sense.
do that? And then myself and Mignon will go into the apartment. We'll see if the napkins returned and I can start doing some samples in the room.
Sounds good.
like a plan.
Okay.
All right.
I
So,
think we've got the car, Sean. So we'll park her across the street, and then
Okay.
we'll all split up. All split up.
all right. So, who's going through the front door?
Mosby.
Mosby and Mantio? Or?
And
No,
Mignon.
Mignon.
And Mignon. Mosby and Mignon going through the front
Saber die.
door, and then Maya and Mantio going up the fire escape?
Around
Yeah.
back.
Going to the
Around
back. All right.
Yep. Find the fire escape and go up.
Find an alley, gets you around to the back, takes you a little bit of a jaunt because all the buildings are touching each other, but you get to the back and it looks like the front except for the entrance and the stairs that go up to meet the back. There's no doors. So there's a fire escape that starts at the top and has a little bit of a balcony, and then it goes zigzagging down. And then in the first floor, there's like a drop because even the first floor is raised above the ground level.
Or we may have to hit it and get the ladder to come down. Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
Okay. Climb up the fire escape and you go up all levels to the roof.
Yep. And you've got your tool
Got her
bag with
backpack.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, the backpack. Yep.
All right. You get up to the roof. Kind of like a tar roof. It's got, things coming out of the roof, ventilation things, and it's probably tar for the most part. August, probably, let's see.
Is it a flat top roof or like a hip roof type of thing?
Look like a flat top roof.
Okay.
And no garden or anything fancy.
Is there
Yeah, that.
The door? Yeah, there's a door. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a the
like a little
door
pop-up
entrance.
thing with a door on it.
Yeah.
Like in every Spider-Man comic book ever.
Any
Building with that door on top.
building skyscape in New York building. Yeah. Matrix insert movie.
There you go.
There's a door.
All right. I look over at Maya and head for the door and
Maya nods.
see if the door opens.
It's unlocked. You can open it.
Shit. I guess here we go.
Maya gets out
down to the
her can of spray paint. She's like getting ready to blast a little like silver or orange paint like as they go.
We're gonna get a little high here. All right. And I will start heading down the stairs.
All right. Open the door.
Maya-
It's dark.
Maya's her backup.
Flashlight.
Light comes in through the doorway, lighting up the entrance in front of you, and it comes like forward a little bit, then it goes to the right, and there's a set of stairs that go down into pretty dim light. Considering
How does
That's
how does
good.
the door close?
it would close, you'd open it, pulling it towards you.
I guess it's like, is there like an emergency like fire bar that you press and it unlatches type of thing?
Yes.
I wonder if it can close and lock behind us, which is what I don't want to happen.
Well, you opened it, so it wasn't locked.
Okay. Well, when we're in and we have our flashlights on,
Yeah.
Maya's going to try to let it close and then open it again from the inside.
All right. Closes the
Can she?
door.
Yep.
Goes dark in the hallway. Your eyes adjust. There's light,
Flashlights.
but there's light going through the hallway. Kind of just a difference from bright light from the outside sunshine. You open back the door, and light hits you in the face, and you see the roof.
Okay. So we can get back out this way. Sounds good.
All right.
She will
And I will start going down the stairs.
follow Mentio down. Yeah.
Okay. Same stairs that you had been on, I don't know, 12 hours ago. Probably
do you mean
less
the same
or
stairs?
more, actually. You're going down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we get down the stairs, what do we get down to?
You're on the second floor of the McAllister building.
The third floor, the top floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a hallway that goes to the right, and there's a hallway that goes to the left, and then the hallway that goes to the left, there's two doors at the end, and to the right, there's a door all the way down the hallway on your right.
So this literally feels like that staircase we climbed before, past the third floor.
It is exactly the staircase that you had climbed before.
Okay.
At this level.
And so there are apartment. When you say doors, they're doors with apartment numbers on them.
Yes.
And they're the right numbers, whatever, 9,
Yes.
10, and 11 or something.
Yep. Yes.
I see. Yeah. So we want to try going back up the stairs.
Maya's already going back up the stairs.
Okay. So I follow Maya up.
Do you go back up the stairs to the roof?
Yep.
To whatever we find, back up the stairs.
All right. You go down the stairs, look, there's the hallway, and then you go back up the stairs.
Yeah. And
as you go up the stairs, there's a jog to the left, and there's a door. You open the door, and the wind hits you, kind of takes a little weight. Wind hits you, and sunshine beats on your face, warms it, and you see the beautiful roof that is of a New York building.
Well, so maybe it was a hallucination?
Yeah, Maya shakes her head. She closes the door. She's like, let's go down to the apartment, and we need to get like air samples from in
Sounds
here.
good.
There might be hallucinogen.
Lead down to let's go down.
Mosby and Mignon going up through the foyer. Looks very similar. Maybe the couple different new pieces of junk mail on the floor, but it looks to be the same as when you were here previously. And you walk through that and kind of jogs to the right, and then there's a hallway that goes down a little ways, and right around that corner, all being the same, there would be Abigail Wright's apartment.
Okay. If we have the key, we're going in. Or at least I'm going in.
Yeah, you've got a key.
I'm right. I'm with you. I'm right there.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no worries about going into this.
Yeah. So I guess the first order of business for Mosby, at least when he goes in, is to see if the napkin's on the wall.
There is no napkin on the wall.
Bloody hell. Now I know this is the spot, right?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on how particular you were with cataloging all the Polaroid pictures that you had taken. This thing is a freaking it's all over the place, man.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Oh, you could have taken a picture here and be like, it should be right. Dude, I don't know where the hell this thing was.
I was trying to follow Mignon's process, and he is a very particular man. And as a scientist, I would have followed the same procedure.
Fair. Yeah, you're not. You don't see. You're kind of lost. You're like, I'm trying to figure it out. You think you found the spot where it should be, and it's not there.
It's not there. All right, fair enough. Bloody hell, it ain't there.
Nothing else looks anything different than how we left it previously.
No, nothing seems to have changed.
Okay.
This is nuts. All right, do you want to continue cataloging while I set up my equipment over here and take some water and air samples?
I don't.
No?
No.
But that's what Marcus told us to do. We had to catalog everything.
I understand.
What do you mean you understand? What do you understand?
I understand that this Marcus, he's got issues and he's out of his mind anyway. We were here yesterday.
Yeah.
We went into some weird dimensional additional floors. You had things disappear on you. I really don't think, and I take the photos that I have and I just throw them into the evidence box. And I'm like, I really don't think this is what we need to be doing right now. We need to figure out where Abigail is on this planet or whatever, and make sure that it isn't dangerous. I wish the other two didn't, go gallivanting on the roof and leave us here. I think we need to stick together for now on, and that's about it. Short of bashing holes and scraping stuff off these walls to see if there's any kind of doors or anything, I really don't think we should do anything. I agree with your samples. Go ahead, take your samples.
All right.
But I'm not going to sit here and catalog this.
That's
anymore.
fine. My working hypothesis at this point is that we were hallucinating, and that maybe this is like some kind of aerosol acid trip. That's all I got.
Maybe. I'm with you. It could be. I don't know what it is. I almost hope it is, and maybe that'll explain something.
I'll focus
we don't
on.
even know that the other floor doesn't exist yet because we didn't go up, so we have no idea.
I mean, there's no evidence. The cigar doesn't exist, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But I'll do the air sample first because we all breathed it in the air, and I mean nobody drank any water, so I'll focus on the air first. And so that's what I'd like to do, Sean. Is Mosby sets up his equipment, and he immediately tries to do some kind of air sampling, trying to identify any types of chemical composition outside of like normal air composition percentages.
Well, from being in Abigail Wright's apartment, the smell of epoxy is very prominent. It's just all over the walls, all over the ceiling. So you can smell that residue for sure.
Yep.
It even shows up in your tests, no question. Very prominent. Okay. You don't believe that it's enough to create any type of hallucinogenic effects at the level that it is.
Sure.
You would have to be like huffing, like sticking your face.
Yeah.
And spray painting the rag and, huffing, right? Like that's they do. So you feel though the level is high, but it's not crazy enough to throw your guys' brains off.
Yeah. But there is no other traces of, say, like a fungus, an airborne kind of spore, airborne molds.
No.
Okay. So I'm just starting to go through the checklist, right? Like, I mean, there's no types of, so there's no chemical, like, so I'm just telling this to then Mignon, like I'm not detecting any fungi, no mold. Yeah, the epoxy smell is strong, but I mean, it shouldn't be enough to create these types of hallucinogens that we've been experiencing or potentially experiencing. I don't detect any other types of chemicals that could create strong hallucinogens. So I don't think it's the air.
I agree. But I mean, obviously we have to wait till your tests were concluded. And I've literally just been sitting there, just not really knowing what to do, staring at the mess, waiting for the other two to get back.
Give me a search check, man. Give me a search check, Mignon. If we're sitting there in this apartment looking at all this stuff.
Search.
Oh, so close.
So close. So close.
All right. It's like all kinds of crazy stuff stuck to this thing. Like it just boggles your mind that somebody has taken the effort to just take all, like, who does this thing? Who would put this together? I mean, you've put puzzles together. It doesn't even come close.
So the only thing I could think of is while I'm staring at all this stuff, if I remember when we first walked in here, there were things that some of the things were like old, like not things that would be recently used, that you'd almost have to buy at a garage sale or some antique shop. And I'm literally staring at them, wondering if they were obtained somewhere else.
Give me another search check, Mignon.
In that cigar bar.
My brain hurts.
You're like distracted. You're like, you look
I
at
know,
part of
I-
it, you're like, part of what?
I have good thoughts. I just can't put it all together.
He's overwhelmed by what he's surrounded by.
Completely overwhelmed. Like it's nuts.
It's like going into a teenager's bedroom.
Worse.
Ah!
Worse. 100
You'll
times
see.
worse.
You'll all see.
So I'm now after not being able to come up with any conclusions of anything, I'm just waiting to hear footsteps from the other two. Hopefully, I have an ear to the hall.
Mosby, what are you doing? You're testing your stuff?
Yeah, so I guess the air tests are finished at this point, correct?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I would probably, I'd maybe walk over into the kitchen and get a water sample, and that'd be my next test to see if there's anything in the water, or there's anything unusual about the water.
There's a refrigerator.
I thought we already looked in the refrigerator.
I
Nothing
don't
was
think
spilled in there.
anybody's looked in the refrigerator.
We
Have they?
totally
Yes, we
looked
did.
in the
Yes, we did.
refrigerator.
Did you guys?
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
We did.
okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't think you guys looked in the
Yeah, there was a
refrigerator.
little bit of
However,
old
based on
food.
Sean's reaction, look in the refrigerator.
Did
Mosby.
I? Maybe.
Hey, things change. There could be something in it now. Who knows?
It'd
Yeah.
be different.
It could be a door to another dimension in the refrigerator.
That's right.
I
That's
guess.
right.
I think that was one of those
Gozer's
amazing
Temple?
stories things.
Is it one of
when they-
those? Yeah.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
What's in there?
Twilight
It's Abigail.
Twilight Zone. It's definitely Twilight Zone. It goes to like the bottom of a pool or something.
We'll give Sean a moment here.
Did I? Maybe she doesn't have anything in the refrigerator.
I will do the water
It's in the
sample first.
toaster oven.
I will do the water sample first, but then I will check the fridge after, Sean, since you seem to be very keen on it. And then as we're doing that, I kind of shout to Mosby from across the room. What are we going to do if those two don't come back? Like, they were going up to the roof. I don't know if they were hoping to find those weird floors, but if they don't come back, are we going up there? Because I'm not lying, man. I don't want to go back up there.
You bet we are. That's. Hey, there's a reason we're here, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be found in this apartment. So I'm, if they, I want them back. So if they don't come, I mean, we might as well go look for them first. But I think they're just goofing off on the roof. If we don't get them back, it means the fire escape is stuck and they can't get down. So,
All right. Okay.
Helpless.
Yeah. Maya and Mentio, I imagine you guys are making your way down the stairs unless you're stopping along the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we're going. We did our thing, and I think we were headed down to the apartment. Yeah.
And you guys hear some
Yep.
ruckus outside, and it sounds like Maya and Mentio make their way into Wright's apartment.
Hey,
Air samples came back. I wouldn't say normal, but nothing unusual. I mean, there's a lot of this glue epoxy in the air, but not enough to make us hallucinate.
well, the stair sample came back normal too.
What do you mean? So
I mean, we went down from the roof.
Yeah.
We went down the stairs, and we were on the third floor, and those were the stairs, and we went back up, and we were on the roof.
So there's no fourth floor.
No
fourth
sign of that
so
smoking lounge.
where's the smoking? There's no smoking lounge.
No sign of it.
Nothing.
When
But
We found
Might be a
nothing.
time of day thing, right?
maybe.
It
Well,
could be a
both
time of day
times-
thing.
I mean, when you two, so Mignon and Maya, when you went, you were told about it by the
We were.
artist, right? Thomas told you.
By
And
Thomas Manuel.
then when we went, the writer led us there. Like, is
Yeah.
it maybe like key to the people?
That's why I think we
Sure.
should have someone guide us.
So many options, but
I
there's just not a lot of
I
people
go out the
around.
door. I go out the door and I start walking up the steps.
You walking up the steps inside the stairs?
Yeah, I just go up. I'm like, I need to see this for myself.
Okay. Mignon
So
I'll
goes
go
off.
I'll go with him.
Mantio, you go after him?
Yeah, so I say that to Mosby and Maya. Like, I'll go with him. I don't trust him on his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch him.
All right.
Make sure he's okay.
You see Mignon
Pat my gun.
go left and up the steps. Looks like he's going up the stairway, and you're not far behind. And Mignon, you keep going and you come up to the next level. You've got the hallway to your left and right. And you go right around the corner and go up the stairs again. You continue up to the roof. So you get up to the last stairway and the door is to your left. You go through it and there's the bar and you clink on it, and it takes a little bit of an effort because of the pressure from the outside. And then wind hits your face, sun hits it, makes it warm up, and you look and there's roof, New York roof, ventilation ducts and tar. Seems pretty warm, but there's a breeze that seems to cool you down a bit.
I take Robert Kuhn, whatever his name was, Karoon's book that's in my bag, that's in my hand, and out of frustration, I just throw it off the roof. As soon as I open the door, I throw it off the roof in frustration and slam the door back, and I turn around and I see Manteo right behind me.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, it's like right there.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I'm glad we all saw the fourth floor separately.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say, Manteo. Usually I have thoughts about everything, and right now
I've noticed.
I just yeah, well, not everyone can, climb around and go up and down things and shake people up.
No,
so,
it's good.
I'm going to go back. You know what? I'm going to go back and do my thing. And I make my way down the stairs. I compose myself. I enter the room and I see Mosby and Maya. You could see the look on my face of like defeat. And I'm just like, it's not there.
Told you.
It's not there. And I go into the box that has all the Polaroids that I threw in there, and I take them out and I start laying them out, and I just start going about this stupid cataloging thing. And that's about it. And I'm just kind of being quiet.
Maya claps her hand on his shoulder when you get busy, and she's like, "It's all right. Remember, do some analysis in here. Don't worry about the cataloging. We don't need to actually get all this. Search for the occult symbol and try to make sense of this thing."
Like, I've been staring, when you guys are gone, I've been staring at this crap on the wall forever. There's like this old phone and this iron that no one has used in like 60 years. And then as I point this stuff out, I'm hoping maybe Maya has an idea about these things that I'm pointing out to her.
She looks.
Maya, give me a couple search checks.
Search. Stand by.
I mean, look at this. There's a goddamn Apple core
She's
that
got
is
search
like from
70.
the 1800s on here.
So she got 2 successes.
All right.
Oh, Abigail's right here. Plastered to the wall.
Easy peasy. Plastered to the wall. Mystery solved.
Well, the problem is she's in pieces.
That's right. We gotta put it back together.
The spin section. What does Lupita Canetta, what does she see when Professor gets her to look up here and then over there and then above their heads?
There's a sheet that covers a napkin that is glued to the wall.
Like a bed sheet?
Like a bed sheet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything is glued to this wall.
Dude.
Maya will move the sheet.
Dude, there is like it's crazy. It's completely nuts.
We got it.
She'll move the sheet. And
Okay.
does this napkin look like the other napkin?
It's somehow to you becomes the most prominent thing on the wall. You like move it's like sticking out just a little bit out of the sheet, and you move the sheet and it's just there. Like there's everything else seems to fade a little bit from this particular object.
She walks
And
right up to it.
it lends the room a feeling of subtle melancholy, anxiety, and paranoia. And it looks like this.
Just for her? Is that all of us?
Just for
Okay.
Agent Maya.
Just for Maya.
Moment. Yeah. Let's see. And I'm not going to be able to just show Agent Maya, so you'll be able to
It's
see
fine.
this.
Everybody look away,
Yeah, right.
except me. That's on the napkin.
Oh, I solved it. Never mind. I
It's
solved
on the
it. Solved.
It's on that napkin piece.
So,
Please give me a sanity check, please.
oh, I didn't know it required that. Hang on.
I'm glad I didn't find it.
Mental. How do you hit sanity?
Just-
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. These are all over the place.
All right.
Success. It's a cool sheet, but it's like, this is here, this is there, this is there, this is there on each tab. Well, Sean, she's going to step forward and she's going to be like, look, you found it, Mignon. This is the occult symbol. She has that strange feeling, right, Sean?
Yes. Maybe. You're not sure if that's what it is or not.
Did you see this before?
Nobody else
I
has.
look at it and I look at everything else on the wall.
Mignon, give me a sanity check.
Sure.
That's what we're here for. Everybody line up.
Okay. Actually, let's see. Okay. So you both take no sanity, but you both feel compelled to show it to everybody. You're like, look at this thing. This thing's like, did you guys see this?
Mosby, Montiel, come look.
What is it?
This is the occult symbol that we were
How do
told
we know
about.
it's the symbol?
Well, look at it.
All right. So I look at it. I mean,
Give
got
me,
an
a
atlas.
give me a sanity check.
Sure. I mean, it
Mosby.
looks pretty weird. Are we sure that's
Yeah.
an occult symbol?
Share the love, bitches.
I'm good.
You guys are all making it? Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Everybody succeeded. That's fantastic.
We're all like, yeah, whatevs.
Uh,
I mean, has anyone ever seen anything like that? I mean, it looks kind of funky. Maybe it's a symbol. Looks like some kind of weird Freemason pattern in the middle of it.
I'll have to check it out
Letter or
with,
something, but
with Igor,
M and
whatever his
A.
guide to the occult that I carry with me. And
Of course, got to be occult.
Yeah.
see if that symbol looks like anything.
Do some research.
Maybe an old, I have a little bit of dealing with some old Greek symbols, so maybe this might have something to do with that. I don't know.
That's not where it ends, because Agent Maya, you come across something else in that. So after you share it with everything, you're like, well, there's this thing over here as well, and there's like you could see it quite obvious. There's a walkie-talkie, like it's backpack in size, and it's camo green radio.
It's big. It's like a Vietnam style backpack radio.
Yeah, fastened to the wall with some type of resin.
How we miss this?
Well, there's so much stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
everywhere you
Look,
look.
this is attached to the wall. I found this. Abigail.
Does it look operational?
It says push to talk on it. Push.
Are you gonna try to handle it while it's attached to the wall, or are you gonna try to rip it off?
But just so I'm picturing this correctly, this is a backpack radio that's been epoxied to the wall.
Correct.
Does it have like the coil and the microphone hung up on the side of it?
Yeah.
Then Maya's going to take the mic off and just because she's trying to blip it, just is it power?
Okay, it doesn't do anything.
Okay. She's like, this is so fucking weird. She hangs the microphone back up.
Mantio, you see this walkie-talkie?
The battery's dead.
Mantio might know what it's about. You've seen this. It's old, but you recognize it. You know. After Maya points it out.
I'll go play with it, see if I can get it down off the wall and
turn it on.
See if there's see where the on-off switch is, and see if I can make it work.
You gonna remove it from the wall?
If it seems doable without busting it, yeah.
It doesn't. It takes a little bit of effort, but it comes off. Kind of, you hear something crack, and
to get that
there's
catalog.
some liquid. There's some liquid that drips down the wall.
Ew.
Like epoxy or paste?
No.
Mosby, go test
No,
this
for
liquid.
you to test there.
Mosby, we don't know what this liquid is.
No, I'll do a chem test on it.
Yeah, it's probably alkaline or something.
Just lick it, see what it tastes like.
That's not how you do science.
Uncured epoxy.
Don't taste, touch, or directly smell.
I'm an
any
anthropologist.
substances.
Just because it ends with gist doesn't mean I'm a scientist. All right.
So I'm picturing that like we probably have like a box cutter, one of those like industrial X-Acto knives. So we could cut it off out of the paper mache crap that way. That like bleeds, does it?
No. It's
Where's the liquid?
you pull the radio off and you continue to pull the radio off, Mantio.
Yeah.
You pull it off and there's a compartment in the back that's cracked. You could see some like type of batteries or something that were in the back, like excreting liquid upon the wall.
Be careful.
Sure, I'll pull out my rubber gloves and take the battery out.
Take 1 damage from acid.
Through my gloves?
Wow, you took it off before your gloves were on. Your hands seem a little tingly when you got your gloves on.
All right. If that's the way you want to play, I can do it.
I rip it off the wall. There's battery acid that drips down the wall. I put on my gloves.
Good thing you didn't say it sprays in your eyeball.
No, it didn't spray.
Exactly.
No.
You trap the acid inside the gloves with your hands.
Do you have military science, Mantio? Please tell me you do.
HM medicine, melee weapon, navigate. I feel like military science is not something that exists on our character sheet.
Oh, seriously? Well, that might be a knowledge skill, maybe.
Does anyone have SIGINT? Maybe
Mental,
they've used it in the
physical
military.
skills.
0.
I do not have SIGINT, which is weird. What do I have that might be relevant?
Heavy machinery. You used a CV radio.
I do have,
a piece of
a
heavy
lot
machinery.
of heavy machinery.
Yeah, they all have
that's what I
CV
have.
radios.
It's heavy.
Give me a
And it's machinery.
percentile check, Mantio. I feel like you should have a little bit of this skill.
25.
Okay, that's good enough. So you recognize it as a SCR 300 walkie-talkie used by Allied forces in World War II. And for its age, it's in excellent condition.
It used to be.
Well, minus the battery compartment that was, soldered to the wall.
Well, actually, before I monkey around with this too much more, can I go to the sink and give myself some first aid?
Sure.
Get some baking soda or something?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You might not find any baking soda, but there's probably water.
Critical success.
Sure. There's baking soda.
He's going to play that way. I'm going to
Baking
roll
soda in
all
the
the
fridge.
time.
Yeah, sure. You happen to
Could
find
I
When
get
he
my
is a
headphone
Brillo
back?
pad.
right.
If
Sean,
he goes in the fridge, how's the fridge look?
There's nothing in there.
Baking,
Oh,
Nothing-
baking soda
nothing
make
in the
it smell
fridge.
nice in the fridge.
Okay.
Is the first time you guys opened it? Did you open it before? I don't remember.
We totally
We
opened it.
did.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it was
did?
the first
Okay.
game.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
did an inventory. What was in there?
Yeah.
That's
I think everything was spoiled, right?
It was like they had thrown away the really nasty stuff, I feel like, but
Yeah.
they'd left food in there, and so there was spoiled food. That's my memory.
But there was
yeah.
nothing horrendous, I don't think.
Was it spoiled? Huh. I don't know. Or was it dated?
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't remember any of it.
It was dated, and it was like 2 days before she disappeared was the
Yeah.
last, because the date
Yeah.
was something we looked at on the milk or whatever.
Right.
Phil,
There's,
Phil asked for a bio break a few minutes ago. Should we
What?
oh, yeah, we should-
Bio break.
take one and then?
Funny how we do it like 15 or 20 minutes before we're going to wrap up, but
I
that's
know.
fine. No, we could take one.
okay. Yeah. How does first aid work? Do I get a hit point back, or is it just a thing that happens? Like,
I
what's-
think
I
you
don't
gotta-
have no idea.
Got to make the roll, probably, I'm guessing.
I got an extreme success on my first aid roll.
Oh,
That was for finding the baking soda.
God damn
that's
it.
true. Did you find baking soda or not? Let's figure that out first.
And it wasn't expired.
Oh, man.
I think you have to rest to get all that stuff in. I think it just stops like the bleeding, or I don't think this is like a earn hit points back kind of thing.
Right.
But we can check it out during
Yeah.
the break.
Won't get any worse.
We'll take a break and come back in a couple minutes. 5 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right. So Mantio tends to her wound, seems to do okay with placing some baking soda on it, carries a Band-Aid in her pocket or something along those lines, and everything is fine. I think, what else are you guys doing in Abigail Wright's apartment? Mosby, what are you doing now? You searched.
So the water sample,
Yes.
I don't know if that had happened yet.
I don't know. You can take the water sample. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Sure, I'll just do that, Sean.
Get the water sample, comes out of the sink. Everything seems okay. There's no
Ah.
parasites. The
Yeah.
lead's a little on the higher end, but it's New York and it's the McAllister building. Probably not unusual
Gotcha.
for the architecture of the time, but nothing that would lead you to believe that there's any poison or
Drugs.
mind altering substances
Okay.
or things of that nature. So
Well, Mignon, I think we can scratch off hallucinogenic drugs from any possible hypotheses. I'm not finding anything, man. There's nothing in the air. There's nothing in the water.
It's strange that I find myself saying that I wish it was hallucinogenic drugs, but I don't. I'm perplexed by the stuff on the wall, and now that we're putting this together, I want to see. I mean, if this looks pristine from World War II,
Yeah.
I'm curious about the other objects, the other dated objects, and how pristine they are. Things that are clearly are not from the last few decades.
If you guys do that, Maya, do you want to go down to the basement and see if we can get, or do we want to get into the basement?
We definitely want to get into the basement.
Do we want to divide and conquer?
We
I'm
can
all
do that.
for it. Mignon doesn't like it. That's all good.
We can all go. I'm okay. If we decide that the basement is where we're going to go, I don't want to be alone anymore.
I want to check out Thomas's art in the basement.
And I want to talk to him again. So let's go look at his art first.
All right.
Would he recognize this symbol? Would he know what it means?
We'll find out.
Symbol doesn't
He
mean,
doesn't
you know,
either.
it's not that big a deal, you guys.
You made us all roll sanity checks.
Yeah, but it's not
No,
that big a
it's
deal.
not a big
Like,
deal.
it's
Oh,
a
I get what you're
symbol.
saying.
whatever.
Yeah.
No big
Sure,
deal.
Meta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go down to the basement.
Samantio goes to the basement. Who else is accompanying her?
Maya is the backpack.
Maya?
So she'll go.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to.
Well, I'll
split
stay up here
anymore.
with you. If you don't want to be alone, I'll stay with you.
No offense, Mosby. They have the guns, so I'm going to go with them.
I don't know though. Our guns
Most
matter with
dangerous place
something
to
like
be.
this. Like this seems to go beyond guns.
I
Sean, let me ask you one question before we split up here. Is there more to learn from spending like a whole bunch more time in the room going over the walls, like hours and hours worth?
I mean, you guys are supposed to catalog everything.
I mean, more to learn about what we're trying to understand.
Maybe.
The
Fair.
weirdness.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean,
The-
like if you put a timer to as much time you've been in Abigail Wright's apartment, it's been maybe a hot hour, 2 hours.
Right.
Okay. Then Maya is a little frustrated with Mignon, and she hands the backpack to Montillo and says, "I'll keep searching the room. I'll stay with Mosby." So in other words, 2 and 2, Maya and Mosby, Montillo and Mignon.
Wait, you mean I'm taking Mignon down to the basement?
Well, he
I
wants
don't
to
know
stay
how this
upstairs.
changed. I don't know what happened to the I don't want to split up part, but sure, I guess. I don't know.
All 4 of us are not going to one place, Mignon. We have 2 places that we have to look at. And there are 4 of us.
Do you want the apartment or the
Fine.
basement?
I'll take the apartment. I'll take the apartment.
Maya turns is like, Jesus.
Whatever you want. Whatever you
Keep
want.
doing analysis on the walls.
I clearly see that Mantillo doesn't want to, have to babysit me down there. So I'm gonna sit here and again I get these goddamn Polaroids out and start organizing them again.
Okay. All right. Mignon starts to do his thing in Abigail Wright's apartment. And who stays with Mignon? Is it Mosby still or no?
Mosby.
No, I'm going down to the basement, I think.
Mosby goes to the basement
Are we
with-
keeping the people with the guns
with
separated?
Maya, right?
No? I don't know.
Where are we going?
I'll stay
terrible.
with Mignon. That's fine.
Mosby and
Oh,
Mignon
geez.
in the apartment.
Sure.
The two totem pieces.
Yes. In the
Maya
basement.
Mantillo are going.
Why does the
down.
person that gets the short straw have to go with Mignon?
So the two ladies,
I don't get it.
The 2 ladies are going downstairs, and the 2 gentlemen
Yeah,
are
right.
staying in the apartment.
Maya walks past Mantillo as they take the stairs down. She's like, "This is the second fucking opera I've been on with that guy." They go
Me too, huh?
outside.
Yeah, and you survived the first one. You survived the first one. Remember
We
that?
don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
No, you didn't.
You don't know who you're actually playing in this game.
That's right.
You
Twin
think you're
sister.
playing Mignon.
You both were there. Both
Yeah.
of you.
All I know is that my code name changed, and I'm blaming you.
That's right.
We'll find
He's
out.
the whole
I
reason
guess.
we went from L to M. He's the whole
we
reason.
better set up this game soon. That's all I'm saying.
You should see
All right,
my notepad. It's like Montillo and Maya, and then it's like scratch, 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 Mosby and Mignon, scratch, 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 scratch.
I am gonna work as diligent as humanly possible because I need this complete. And whatever it is I'm doing and cataloging, I hope I can use my history, but they can go downstairs.
All right. Okay. Montillo and Maya, you go downstairs, which involves going outside. the building
Yep,
and
right.
going down
Yep,
to the right,
Yep.
to the right when you get outside. You go down the stairs and there's a door. And the door has a window. You can kind of glance through it, but you don't happen to see anything looking through it. The glare from the outside is probably a little stronger than when the light gets a little bit darker. So I imagine you guys, the door is locked, so I imagine you're going to pop it apart.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Unless there was a key in Abigail's apartment or something, if she had
No.
access to the basement. But
There
if
is
not, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd briefly considered talking to that detective guy, but no, we've got a crowbar now.
That's right.
Graham
Right.
Giordenda.
All right. So you
Yeah.
open the door and it kind of drags across the floor just a little bit, like a little bit of it. It's not square, right? Kind of, but you push it open and it gives, and it's opens up, and you could smell kind of cool air. It doesn't hit you, but it's very cool in there.
Flashlights.
You smell the kind of the mustiness of the basement
Yeah.
and the moisture that comes from the ground. And it's relatively dark, but the light from the outside tends to light up the immediate area.
Both have flashlights, right?
Flashlights and head down the stairs.
Okay. So you enter into the basement. And it's, let's see.
Shut the door.
You can shut the door behind you, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So as you go into the basement, why can't I find my spot?
Because it's on
Pardon
the
me.
6th floor. You got rid of the 6th floor.
No, it's the organization and the details in this book. All right.
It's a
There-
10-foot pit, Edwin.
Yeah,
We're
it's
done for.
10-foot pit.
Spikes,
Give me a
Yep.
check.
alligators.
With lasers.
Finally, I can do
Lasers.
something I'm good at. I dodged.
It's quiet there. You don't happen to notice anything, and it's relatively open. There's a couple doors.
Is it a hallway then?
A little bit of a hallway, right? But it opens up once you get in a little ways, and there's a door to your right and left. Actually, there's 8 doors on your right and left, and then it opens up into a little bit of a bigger room.
8 doors.
You want the right, I'll go left, and we'll just go down the hallway and open the doors.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
These-
relatively narrow. Like it's not like a wide hallway or anything.
Try those first 2 doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all locked as you start going to like
Are they marked? Are
moving.
they associated with apartments?
they are numbered. Yes, they are numbered.
Okay.
They have a number
And
on
how
each one.
How big would the room be based on the door-to-door spacing and the hall-to-wall spacing?
8 by 6
roughly?
maybe.
So like storage rooms.
Yeah, probably.
Let's come back to these then and see if he's making art down at the other end of this hall in that big room up there.
All right. Try every knob on the way down, but yeah.
Yeah, they're all locked. And some have like the flip lock with a padlock on it. Some
Okay.
are
With a hasp.
Yes, the hasp, thank you. And some do not have a hasp. That might have been broken off. Way to go. Way to go, Mignon. Like it.
He's good. He's good. He's the best. That's why we had him do it, because he's really good.
You do smell a bit of paint, like
Okay.
of an odor of paint coming from one of the rooms.
Oh,
Hmm.
maybe in
Maybe
here.
that's, yeah, maybe.
Is it
but
apartment 3?
It is, I think.
Or 2? Maybe it's 2.
It's probably apartment 2B.
2B, yeah. All right.
To be specific, yes.
Or not 2B. Let's bust it.
Well, you don't want to see what's at the end of the hall first.
All right, let's go to the other end. Oh, it's all good.
Let's just make sure.
Though. Yep.
Yeah,
we'll
come back here.
Yeah, no, we should make sure that the abominable snowman or whatever is not down at the end of the hall.
I wish it was something that simple.
Yeah, something we could shoot. That'd be nice.
You go to the end of the hallway, it kind of opens up a little bit into a wider room, and the room is got a couple support pillars that probably go through the entire building that you could probably imagine. The floor is dusty. It's got some old cinder block stone walls. And there's some sunlight coming from the basement windows, kind of on the edges. And there's, a stack of pallets in one corner. But it's pretty empty. There's not a lot in here. It's pretty open and empty.
All right. And there's no
ceiling corners. Yeah.
Exactly,
Cobwebs are prevalent in some corners, and as you look along the ceiling, within the rafters and the support beams.
Concrete floor.
Yep.
Any stains or anything? Is it wet?
No, it's not. Actually, it's relatively dry considering. There's maybe a little bit of a puddle. Puddle is probably a strong word. There's probably
Stain.
a little, trail of a little bit of moisture stain. Maybe when it gets to be a big downpour, it might have some leakage, but it's not too bad down here. There's no mustiness or mold.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna check out that room.
Yeah, just a pile of blank empty pallets.
Yep. Some are laying on edge, like leaned up. Otherwise, some are stacked.
We can sort of see in there that like this wouldn't be anything. Like, do I think there's a chance that something's buried or
it's
hidden
not
in
covering anything? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. And then you get there's some cardboard boxes that are stacked not too far from there. Kind of.
No. What's in those?
They're all folded up.
Oh, okay. All right.
As
So
if somebody
storage
moved
area.
and broke them down and just left them down there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's go knock open Thomas's storage door there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
You open up pop it open, and you open it up, and there's an easel in there, then some paint, some brushes, some paint thinner, like a can of paint thinner in there. A couple brushes are sticking in the paint thinner. There's paint specks along the floor.
Painting?
Anything on the easel?
No, there's a couple of frames of canvas that are leaning against the walls that are blank.
Tip them out just to make sure they're all blank.
Yeah, they seem like they haven't been touched or touched as in painted yet. Yeah.
Yeah. But the paint, has the paint all dried out? I mean, is there like is there open paint or
there's like a palette, like is it painting board? I don't know. Yeah, palette, right?
Yeah, that's palette.
Some of those are dried up and everything that he uses to paint with, and all the rest seem to be, capped or.
And the brushes and the paint thinner. Paint thinner is still there, hasn't evaporated. So
no.
So there's nothing in this room of interest, it seems like.
No, it's not. Mm-mm.
Where does paintings go?
I don't know. I think
somebody painted here. Like, there's paint on the floor. There's paint.
We can ask him.
Yeah.
What did he say before? He was an audio or visual artist.
He's a visual artist.
Visual artist with no art in the room.
Right. And because the night manager lets him paint down in the basement.
Here. And yeah.
So maybe he painted his way up to the 6th floor and took his paintings with him.
I think
maybe
the only
sold his
leads.
paintings.
maybe. The only real leads we have are what's on Abigail's walls and the people in this building.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think we need to look in every other room, do you?
Do the storage rooms?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We could try one more just to see. And
Well,
then,
we should look in hers. Let's look
Yeah.
in. We'll look in her storage room.
Empty.
Empty. What about? I don't even care. Sci-fi guy? Probably not.
I think our best bet is to talk to those people.
Yeah, let's go back up. See how Mosby doing. See if Mignon's driven him crazy yet.
Sean, what time is it in the game?
They got you guys down around 2:30 p.m. I think you arrived around 11:30.
Okay.
But you guys have gone up the back and gone in the front and looked at the wall and
Yeah, it's probably at least 2:30.
water
we got
samples
here
and
at
air
like 1:30.
samples
I think
and
we got
cutting
here at
Yeah, we got
yourself.
there. After lunch, 1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did I say
That's
11:30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant 1:30. You arrived.
Perfect.
So you've been here about an hour.
Okay. Well, we come up out of the basement. Maya says, I'll be right there. I got to make a phone call. So she's going to wander down the block a little bit. She's going to call Eloise.
Don't
Yeah, there's a
wander off
payphone
like
right on the
mailman.
corner.
She's got her cell.
Oh, that's right.
But you know what? Is the cell like a burner?
Probably.
The equivalent of a burner in 1995? It's not like her phone, her work phone, right? She will make the call from a payphone.
Okay.
But you don't need to dwell. You don't need to dwell on that. Focus on the other three for a while. But just so you know, she's going to call Eloise.
Got it. Mignon and Mosby, what are you guys doing in Abigail Wright's apartment? I know you're cataloging stuff, taking in everything.
So I guess Mosby would like to just maybe do a really quick cursory look around the wall, see if there's any other weird, strange symbols. And then maybe I will do some kind of test.
Mosby, have you given me a search check today?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to give me a search check. You and your water taken. Look at you.
Is that exact? 61?
Right on.
Lovely. Look at that.
This or equal to or below or equal to your skill.
Success.
Right? All right.
Yeah. A lot of successes.
Mhm.
Success.
Except for Mignon.
All righty then.
That's a lot. Hey, I pointed out to you guys. I found the dots. You put them together.
That guy is a mess.
I thought that was your job. You're the scientist.
Exactly.
Well, not scientist. Sorry. Anthropologist.
Social scientist.
Yes.
All right. You. Oh my God. Why is it? All right. Mosby. You find torn sheet of old linen parchment. Grabs your eye.
Okay. Yeah. And definitely Mosby will check it out and see if he can gently remove it from the wall. Since it's already torn, he wouldn't want to tear it more.
Looks something like this. It's inscribed with a symbol in golden ink tacked to the wall.
Oh, that's interesting. So I will gently peel that off and I'll bring it over to Mignon. I'm like, dude, check this out. It looks like some kind of weird.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. Yeah.
Oh, cowboy. That's pretty.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
As you take it off the wall, there is a huge cacophony of sound pierces the apartment.
Oh.
It goes on for a couple seconds.
It's like that. It's like that jump you get when the fire alarm goes off.
Yeah.
It's that horrible shiver. Yeah, stunned. Yeah, definitely. Oh, And is that so? Then if I let go of the symbol, does that stop? Or
No,
it just kind of stops on its own.
It stops on its own, and you
Okay.
have it in your hand at this point.
Okay.
And it,
What the hell?
yeah,
Nice work.
Yeah.
it sounds like it came from outside.
Oh, dude, did you just see what happened there? I mean, I pulled this, I touched this, that sound blares.
As I'm picking up all the Polaroids, I knocked off the table when the sound happened.
Yeah,
Like, dude, what?
I don't know. I found this weird symbol. Is this the thing that the friendly found or saw?
you
Check
hear
this
it
thing
as,
out.
you hear it as well, Mignon. It sounds like it came from outside.
But it stopped.
But it stopped.
Okay. And he's pointing to it on the wall, this symbol.
He's got it in his hand now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it in his hand now. I am looking at it.
Looks like some kind of
And
Christian cross in the middle, or I don't know if that'd be a Celtic cross. And you got these.
can I use
circle?
history to see if any of this looks familiar, or these letters on here?
Actually,
Or I have a cult too. I have a
you
cult and history.
recognize the symbol as a sigil or a seal involved in demonology.
Ooh,
Sweet, but not sweet.
no.
I'm just happy I knew something.
Mosby, give me a roll. Occult.
Which one, Sean?
Occult,
Cult.
please.
All right. Success.
Look at this guy.
Damn.
You
Whoa.
recognize that as well.
So
This is just like
Mosby,
is this a
yeah,
protection symbol?
not quite sure,
Summons?
but you should have realized that before you pulled it off the wall.
I think the sound jogged my memory.
You
So if it is a protection symbol, did you just
Put it-
stop whatever it was protecting? Maybe us?
Well, no. And I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that symbol with me.
Mantillo and Maya,
Yeah.
you come out of the basement. As you're coming out of the basement, there's this loud horn sound that comes from not too far from you. And you both are kind of jolted by it suddenly. And as you come up the stairs to the street level, you both see a cab driver leaning on his horn at an unkept homeless man in fatigue slowly stumbles across the street. And it seems like he's holding a large snake comfortably around his neck.
That's a whole lot to process right there.
Seen a lot in New York City. I have not seen that. I have not seen that.
So, I think the cab driver was honking at the dude who's crossing the street?
Yeah.
With the fatigues and the
get the
snake.
sense-
Yeah, fatigues and
With the
snake.
snake.
Like honking at
Do
this
I get the
homeless guy.
Do I get the sense that this homeless guy is former military,
Maybe.
or just that he's wearing
Match.
a camo jacket?
Dude, I don't know. It's hard to say. Could be a veteran.
Former-
Could be
Military snake charmer.
Could be a guy that just bought stuff at the army surplus store.
So nothing other than his jacket gives me any.
Well, he's in
I'll watch him.
fatigues, so he's
Yeah.
got a jacket and probably a top, right? BDUs.
Okay.
Probably looks like your profile picture
Yep.
uniform.
Yeah.
And then it stops, and then the cab goes by. Drives by. And as he drives by, the guy that was there crossing the street, he's gone.
Gone, disappeared like the that damn monkey, the kid, the juggler.
Not sure.
Shit.
Maya sees that too.
Yeah. Yep. Inside the apartment, you guys, Mignon and Mosby, you realize that it is the mark of person.
I guess, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Who is?
You could probably do, well, I don't know if you have access to like who it might be off the top of your head, but you know that's what it is. Well, you might actually know some of this. He's the great king of hell, being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons. Yeah, and so I picture like Mignon starting this. Person. That's the symbol of person.
Well, I
Great.
did actually write down all the combinations of letters, and that was the one that I came up with that actually made sense.
The great king of hell, being served and obeyed by 22 legions of demons. And then Mosby picks up, he knows of hidden things and can find treasures and tells past, present, and future. And it goes back to Mignon. Taking a human or aerial body, he ensures or answers truly of all secret and divine things of earth and the creation of the world at the behest of Baal. And Mosby goes, Person is depicted as a man with the face of a lion, carrying a ferocious viper and riding a bear. And then it goes back to Mignon. Before him, there can be heard trumpets. And at the same time, you guys go, sounding.
Oh, that's a hot mess.
Yeah.
How'd you know all that? And why were we in sync like that?
It's probably academic, like you guys have read about this thing.
I study plenty of the occult, and I show them my vampire book that I just picked up.
You've read it on demonweb101.com, Mignon.
Oh, nice.
Demonweb101.com. It's like this new thing, website, like weird domain you found. Yeah. It's not on AOL. You got to go outside of AOL.
Yeah.
So like
onto
the
the
World
dark
Wide Web. You have to put in the www, and it takes you to this site and tells you about pictures and.
Yeah, I used one of the grad students to help me out with that stuff because, my computer science is 0. So I don't know about these. I dig in the dirt all day. So, but yes, that is. This actually makes this a little more interesting, and I put the Polaroid down. And
is this the symbol that the friendly saw? Maybe.
It could have been the other symbol. No,
well,
I don't even know about
that
this
is.
friendly
We know what
thing
this
anymore.
is. Yeah.
I don't know, but dealing with the demons and devils is not something to be taken lightly.
No, that's no, that's like biblical, like bad.
Yeah, I think we should wait for ladies to get back and let's show them. Let's explain to them what this is about. All
right.
Did you find anything else?
No,
Mosby, or just this?
No. I was.
How many rolls did you make, Mosby? Just one?
Just the one, yeah. Because then I had a premonition that maybe I should test the ink on the symbol that we found that we don't know anything about.
All right. You're gonna test the ink?
Yeah, I don't know.
EPA guy testing ink?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Blood?
That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It didn't look like blood, but yeah, that's kind of weird. All right, I'll keep searching.
All right. Yeah, give me another search check.
Sure.
He's the man.
Success.
Guy's on a tear. All right. So as you've been cataloging, looking at this stuff with Mignon doing his thing, and you come across this. You're like, oh, and there's this other thing. Like you just come across this strange,
all kinds of
nuttiness,
bizarre. Look at this. Mignon, I think forget the photos, man. We just need to start pulling stuff off the walls.
No, of course.
let the red dawn surmise what we shall do when this blue starlight dies and all is through. I don't know. Do you know these notes? I was never musically inclined.
I've been known to tickle the ivories every once in a while. You know, my my wife played piano, and she tried to teach me a few things. I'm sure there's a G in there, and a F, and a G minor, the sharp.
There's B's written on some of them. Are those actually like the lines? Are those B lines too?
What? Those are flat.
Flats.
Flats.
No, I don't know. I don't know music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretending. All right.
Normally the flats would be up at the front, so yeah, there's just I guess a different way of showing that.
I think we need to play this, and then
Is that a good idea?
we open the door to Willie's treasure. I think that's how this goes.
What?
One-eyed Willie.
No. Well,
One-Eyed Willie.
One-Eyed Willie.
Oh,
That is a good movie.
God. Is that?
Hey, we would have known that movie. It's
Oh, yeah, that's a
1995.
great movie.
So, yeah.
One of my favorites.
So that's literally what I picture is Play the Bones.
This came out 10 years ago.
I look at the wall and ceiling for some form of musical instrument. Anything that looks like it could be a musical instrument.
You don't happen to notice anything amongst the craziness.
No flute.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's a music shop down the road. I'm sure we can obtain something.
I guess. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe it's connected to those weird floors. Maybe it's another way in.
Yeah, I don't know. Sure, let's hold on to that too. I snap pictures of the symbol and of this in case they disappear again, like the stuff on the napkin.
All right. I mean, that's kind of what you should be doing anyway, right? I think like that's.
You keep trying to make us work. We'll have none of it.
All right, Mantillo and Maya. If you're heading back up to the apartment, you arrive, and the two ladies enter Wright's apartment.
I think they have a look after the taxi, and Maya, remember, is going to go and make a phone call down at the payphone.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
She does not go back in. That's okay.
You're right. I apologize. Maya, you're at the payphone.
She tries to call Eloise's mobile number if she has one.
Okay. And
the card she got didn't say where Eloise was staying, and it didn't have a phone number, right?
No.
Okay.
Just said, see you later tonight. Can't wait to see you.
Okay.
E. So she picks up the phone, and she probably is going to Agent Martinson.
Eloise, it's Lupita.
Lou, hey, did you get my message?
I did. You're in New York?
Surprise! I was hoping to surprise you later, but since you called me,
what are you here for? What brought you to New York?
Well, you did. I got away. I figured I'd meet up with you. I found out you were in New York.
Yeah. The thing I had to go for, though. I mean, I'm kind of busy with it.
Oh, come on!
I would love to see you.
We all know we could take breaks. Come on. We'll go out to dinner, maybe catch a show. Who knows? That's it. Just the night, and then I'll let you get back to business. I know how dedicated you are to investigations and your special task force.
Where are you staying?
Well, I was going to stay in the same hotel.
I-
I was going to leave tomorrow. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not like we're staying the whole weekend. You're not some, you don't, you seem, you don't seem, you don't seem enthusiastic. You don't seem happy that.
She kind of leans into the phone booth, one of those half phone booths, not the whole Superman deal.
Yeah. It's just like,
Right. Just the half one.
right, yeah.
She kind of leans in and she's like, look, I would love to see you, but there's shit going on this operation. If I can make time tonight, I will. What room number are you in?
Oh shoot. Hold on a second. Let me see. 314.
314. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of hours to check with, we have a mission lead here, right? I have to get any time away from this case. I have to clear with him. So I'll see.
Man, I was digging around to see what you were involved with. I couldn't find any traces. It must be some pretty top-notch stuff.
It is. And I told you before, don't dig around with this shit. You'll get in trouble.
I know. I didn't mean to. I just figured I'd find out where you were and try to, just maybe you could get a break and, we just spend like dinner together. Like it's not, I didn't want to make it a big deal. I mean, I kind of did, but.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. It's really nice that you're here.
Yeah.
But so let me see what I can do.
Are you going to be there later or should I wait for your call?
I'll call you later. I may even call or I'll walk on the door. Stay in your
Maya,
room.
you got to sleep sometime anyways.
I'll come tonight. I'll come late tonight.
Okay. All right. 3:14 and I'll wait. And I'm hoping we can grab dinner. But if I don't hear from you, I understand. Duty calls. I get it. I got to be back tomorrow anyway. It's Saturday, but things, family stuff.
Maya's kind of thinks and she goes, okay, I got to go. Goodbye. And then right before she hangs up, she's like, I'll see you tonight.
Right.
Then she hangs the phone up.
All right. Click. All right. Mantillo, you go up into the apartment. Yep. All right. You go in there.
Yep.
So Mantillo shows up. No Maya. Mignon, Mosby.
And
Hey, what'd you find?
found stuff on the walls.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I looked all over the wall. I didn't see a single thing. What do you mean you found stuff on the walls?
Sheet of music. Yeah, sheet of music in this symbol. And when we pulled the symbol off, it's like a jump scare. Somebody's horn blared, I guess, or
there's a cabbie honking at some homeless guy out in the street.
Oh, well, New York.
But actually, anyway, what'd you find?
Just these 2 pieces of paper.
Well, it's not really just this piece of paper.
That's true.
And I'm referring to the one with the symbol of
the
Puron on it. Yeah.
Person.
And
pure sound.
I'm sorry, person. And I do relate that it's coming back to me in some of the things I've read with Aleister Crowley, and these symbols are part of the 72 sigils for demons that were written in the Ars Goetia, which was a book written back in 1898, and they cataloged all of these devils and demons. And
so you're saying that Abigail cut something out of a book and stuck it on the wall, and you're excited about this?
Well, it could be the symbol the Friend League found on the wall that triggered this.
Right, but it's a symbol that
being.
everybody knows, right? This isn't a weird symbol. It's just a symbol it's like finding a cross or something, right? I mean, I don't understand.
It's a little more rare than that.
Exactly. Yeah, not exactly.
So you think this is real? You think this is a real thing? Like, you don't think this is just... There's a lot of bullshit out there.
Oh, it's absolutely a real thing.
I don't mean a real thing like people believe it. I mean, you think a real thing like it actually has an effect on the universe.
Oh, that type of thing.
Yeah, a real thing.
I don't know, Maya. We've seen some stuff, Maya. Shadow
She's out making
creatures,
a phone
things like
call.
that.
Maya's
Yeah, Maya's
outside down the
making a
Oh, I'm
street.
phone call.
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
You
Manteo.
must be seeing something
Happens all
Sorry,
the time.
Yeah.
it's midnight here.
here too. Yeah, no, I know. We've seen some stuff. That's what I'm trying to get at. Do you think this is some stuff, or do you just think this is some like? I mean, anyone can copy a symbol out of a book and stick it on their wall. That's what I'm wondering. You think this is like a real symbol or just some symbol?
Yeah, there was like a fourth floor yesterday.
I understand that.
Disappearing things.
Yeah.
We have to look for explanations on, why the strange things are happening, and this is the closest we've got.
It's kind of a boring song.
So,
okay, yeah, no, that's great. Well, we
Do we
didn't
have
find it.
laptops?
There's no trace of the painting.
No, we don't have
Laptops
that
are
kind
pretty
of.
expensive, Mr. EPA guy.
Okay, fair.
Might have a portable computer.
They're this big.
Yeah, and they're big
Yeah,
and
true.
obnoxious.
Okay.
battery lasts for an
Big
hour.
95, yeah.
Yeah.
Would there be well, I guess we need to see if we can find this reference in like a book in the
We can go to the
library.
library or something. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
check it out, Mignon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a specific library to get these books that I'm talking about.
You don't think New York
Yeah.
Public has it?
No, we may have to go to like a Kabbalah, Jewish
Sure.
type thing, because they may have more books on cultish type things with this.
Maya and I were going to talk to some of the residents here and see what they can tell us something more, especially Thomas. We're going to get on him again.
Well, there's a few specifics about this particular devil. I just want to make sure that you're aware, so that I know stuff.
I'm all ears.
So this devil plays a
Uh-huh.
trumpet, and we found this sheet music. So I do not think that is coincidental. And I look right at Mosby. I'm like, there's a reason why you found both of these pieces of paper.
And as soon as we found that piece of paper and the demon, plays a trumpet sounded outside the window there when that horn
Yeah,
blared.
there's another one right there. Oh, there's some sirens too.
Yeah, well,
It was like exactly when we pulled it off.
I just want you to be aware.
All right.
The demon carries a serpent, carries a snake.
Wait, what?
Carries a snake, plays a trumpet, carries a snake, and rides a bear.
Rides a bear.
Yes.
A bear. I saw a snake.
Why'd you stop when I said carries a serpent?
The dude that the cabbie was honking at was carrying a snake.
And I just look at Mosby, and I grab his shoulder, and I squeeze his shoulder, like this is real.
I think we better call it here.
Give me sanity checks, Mosby and Mignon.
Here's the same fuckers there.
Yep.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. So we'll wrap it up at this point.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.